I'm here. You know, YouTube trips, so you got to do stuff before you go live. So, but I am here. I am most definitely here. Oh boy, this live right here is for my people, man. Keep your eyes on the prize at always. It's always for my people. Let me open the window to make sure I can see you guys. And then I open my window so you guys can see me. Always for my people. Let me open the window. I'm sorry, I sounded double because I didn't close the YouTube and put the YouTube on mute. So one more thing, and then you guys will be able to see my face, and then we can get on with the destruction, because this is pretty sad, to say the least. Let me check one more thing, and then I'll go live. I'm gonna keep that window open so when it turns and changes, because YouTube be tripping. All right, I'm ready to show my face. Boom, there we go, right there. What's up, everybody? Let me take a window.
What's up, guys?
Let me take a window and let me open Dr. Boyce Watkins to pull up his video. How y'all doing? I was just kicking it in my backyard.
Is that
I really had only planned to break down Dr. Watkins' video I saw today, which I'm still gonna do. A lot of you guys know about him and the little Asian guy, but you guys got to think, if you're keyed into this, you know this. The average person don't know this, and to the average person, this is really, really great. I don't want to say the word great. It's critical stuff. Cornelius, shout out. This is getting well already. Unbelievable. I think Kwame said he wasn't going to talk to him. Shout out to Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown came and left me a comment maybe like 30 minutes ago on my community post. ATL since 82, ATL in the building. I'm biased towards anybody from the ATL since I'm from the Georgia myself. New sub, I love your commentary. Shout out to, I hope I say your name right, Salida American Indian. All right, I'm calm now because I'm not listening to this rhetoric. But I want to do something. First of all, to all you people who comment, I'm about to take up for all YouTubers and say that you do these shout outs, you do this unnecessary stuff, you don't get right to the point when you go live. Look at it like a concert, man. You know, concert or comedy special may be filmed for an audience, but HBO takes that and then they start you at the right place. But you got to cater to the live audience first. To cater to the live audience, you say your highs, you say your hellos, you say everything, and you wait for people to come in before you go off, because you don't want the live audience to miss something. You must cater at a concert to the live audience first, even though you know it's going to be played back on video later. Shout out to D. Watson. Thank you for being a new subscriber. All right, so first thing I saw was Kwame's video. I was chilling in my backyard. You know, y'all saw my little ugly garden behind me. It's because I don't know how to garden. I eat hot peppers in competitive mode. I eat anything hot, ghost peppers, Carolina Reaper, and all of this stuff. I eat the world's hottest sauces. So I said, instead of just buying all of this stuff, why don't I grow my own hot peppers? I'm trying something new. I have a Carolina Reapers. I got ghost peppers. I got all the hottest peppers. Got habaneros. I'm trying to grow my own garden and get me stuff I can eat and I can enjoy, you guys. So, hopefully next time my background when I turn on my camera will be a little bit more greener, a little bit more better. But I say that for a reason. Everything I tell you guys is for a reason. And the one thing that I see a lot of Black Americans do when they decide to debate and or come at somebody else is they want to portray the person they're going against is 1,000,000% being wrong, and they are 100% being right. One of the key things you got to let go when you want to be good at debating is you got to stick to what's important to you. You got to stick to the topics that you came there for, and you don't have to make it look like your enemy is 100% bad at everything they do. Example, you want to go against a guy. right? You want to go against a guy, he's muscular, and he built, and he cut up, and you want to go against him because of his ideology of how he treat black women. Stick on the ideology of how he treat black women. Don't try to go out here and to destroy him in every single scenario by saying stupid shit like, you're not in shape. He's clearly in shape. He's ripped, cut up, and muscular. He's in shape. The moment you try to paint him as being dirty in every single category, now he's going to focus on the fact that he knows he's in shape. And now you're going to be debating about how much a person is in shape when you didn't even come here for that. You came here to show how his ideology against black women are. This is important before I even get into the video. This is the key thing that people do. I don't need to sit up here and paint every single thing that Dr. Boyce Watkins says is incorrect. The moment I make that my focal point is the moment he's going to poke holes in what I'm saying. And he can exploit those holes to make me look a certain way, throwing me completely off topic of what I actually came here for. I have an advantage over popular YouTubers by not being popular. My advantage is that people don't know a lot about me as they do the popular YouTuber. I'm going to lose my advantage right now. I'm going to tell you why I make the videos I make and why I do the things I do, right? I do the things I do because I believe in my heart that there is a big flaw in how we feel than to how we get our viewpoints out. And I want to change that in black Americans. I feel like it. I could be wrong that I could change that. But one of the things I want to use to change that is that I'm always open-minded to change my opinion in lieu of new evidence. I don't care how much I hate you. You must be the same way when you come to debating, making discussions, even when you come to physical fighting. If you hate someone so much that they say you gonna fight this guy, and we gonna put both of y'all in the backyard, take your shirt off, ain't nobody gonna come in, nobody gonna break it up, nobody gonna jump on you, y'all gonna fight. If you hated this guy for one whole year and you finally got him in the backyard, nobody gonna break y'all up from fighting. If you go in that backyard with your emotions ran high and rush at him, you could get your ass whipped. But if you go there with a specific meaning, a specific game plan, I don't think this dude has ever been into a real fight. I think this dude think I'm gonna swing wild and crazy. I'm gonna kick him right in the shin. And then I'm gonna do an inside kick. And I'm gonna stand there with confidence. Then I'm gonna do another inside kick to his other leg. But when I do, I'm gonna cross him with the elbow. He don't know if you know mixed martial arts or not, but he's afraid. He's already afraid from the parameter you set. You had a goal in mind and you accomplishing this goal. But if you were emotional and you was focused only on emotions, you probably would lose the fight. You need to be the same way when you debate someone and you're ready to have a dialogue or conversation with someone. I feel like I do know these things, and I feel like it's an asset that I can help people. If I'm wrong, then someone's going to show me the flaw in how I'm thinking, and then I'm going to learn. If I'm right, then I can help other people. This is why I do what I do. There you go, right in a nutshell. I feel like I can help people, be if people messing with you in the workplace, people messing with you in your regular life, former friends who used to be cool with, now your enemy, or your girlfriend, or if you're a girl, your boyfriend, husband, your wife, husband, to learn how to intelligently say why you feel the way you feel, right? Everything I just told y'all, I think Dr. Boyce Watkins suck at. Maybe he's good at this when he's not flustered. Maybe I'm only seeing him when he's flustered with Kwame Brown because he's never met someone who had this much of the people behind him. He went against Dr. Umar Johnson, who I feel Dr. Umar Johnson is a little bit better at debates than Dr. Boyce Watkins, even though I strongly disagree with the viewpoints of Dr. Umar Johnson. I won't let that get in the way of how I view Dr. Umar Johnson when it comes to debate. Dr. Umar Johnson is a man that will stay on the subject that he intended to stay on. He is a man that will let you speak and not cut you off. I will give him that because it's true, even though I strongly disagree with his rhetoric that he puts online. You do not need to say everything about the person you oppose on a particular topic is horrible about them. Once you do that, you open yourself up to be led off subject. I hope I'm making myself clear. This is why I feel like I would easily destroy Dr. Boyce Watkins. Now that I said everything, now that I put how I feel and why I intend to do what I want to do and why I do the things I do and why I make the kind of videos I make, I am ready to play what he did today. I strongly think that he is not intelligent at all when it comes to being on the fly, being quick, being on the spot. Maybe he good at it if he get a chance to think. I don't know. But on the fly, Dr. Boyce Watkins suck. That's my claim. I'm ready to prove it. So let's play Dr. Boyce Watkins video. This is me. Y'all just saw me. I have the same shirt. I was smoking my homeboy cigars in the backyard from the company that he owns. Intelligent black men flew to the Dominican Republic. Make sure that their crop is grown correctly. Make sure that their cigars are hand rolled. I love it. Black men, Atlanta-owned company. Golden King Cigars. Hit me up for a link on how you can get them. I just got sent another thing. I understand that if my homie owns a company that you're going to feel that I'm going to say something good about them. So right before I played out the Boyce Watkins video, I will say this right here to be completely transparent on Golden King Cigars. I smoke black cigars, black or full body cigars. They're way more stronger. Look at it like coffee. I drink all black coffee. When you want to make a cigar, you want to reach the masses, you're not going to make something as strong to put your company out. You're going to make a more medium body cigar because more people are like it. The same way if you do a shoe company, you're going to make more running shoes. More people want just a well-consistent running shoe. Then the company makes more money. Then you can put out different kind of catered things. So right now they're medium body. But for me loving full, strong cigars, this does the trick. I just smoked one in my backyard. I don't need another one right now. I'll keep it in my humidifier, but I suggest you guys give them a try if you want to support a black company and you want to get a good quality product. Shout out to Michael Smith, who says Charlemagne in the Breakfast Club paying Boyce Watkins to distract people from mentioning those assault charges. Shout out to Leslie Fontaine Williams. Once you're aware of the weaknesses in their argument, you are right, Leslie. And shout out to the people who gave me a super chat last time that I missed. This is a very long introduction. I am ready to get into the video. All right, let me add his link. There was something he said in there that I think he'd be surprised if he watched my channel that I actually agree with. Web page, link. Boom, boom. Let's listen to Dr. Boyce Watkins. All right, let me put my headphones in. Actually, I don't have this plugged in, so y'all guys won't hear double the sound. You'll hear only one sound. Let me tell y'all something else I learned in my complete ignorance. I owe you an apology, Rick Ross. If for some reason you come across this video, I owe you an apology, Rick Ross. I could not understand why Rick Ross drunk rosé. Rosé is sweet. Ew, it tastes gross. Then I did some research and went to somebody's house. And I told them I hated rosé because rosé tastes sweet. And they said, what are you talking about? Rosé don't taste sweet at all. I'm like, you crazy, rosé. Rosé do taste sweet. It's like, I don't know what rosé you've been drinking. They gave me some rosé that was crisp, that was bitter. It pulled like a crisp, cold Chardonnay. You know how that is. And then I did more research. As a research is your friend. So rosé was always supposed to be like that. So from the old school, if you get it outside of America, the more new American wine companies makes the sweet rosé. So maybe everybody knew that. I didn't know that. I have no problem saying I'm ignorant. One of the ways you want to make sure that you have no chinks in your armor is never to try to pretend like you're smarter than you really are. Just be honest. Be honest. Me knowing the parameters of rosé has nothing to do with the merit of my arguments on something else with Dr. Boyce Watkins. Everything I say is for a reason. I'm trying to teach you guys to stay on this subject. You do not need to be the most intelligent person on every single subject. The person you're going against does not need to be the most evil person in the entire country. Just say why it is you disagree on this particular subject and then follow that up with evidence. or not even evidence. That may even be stronger. Just things that subjectively lead you to why you feel the way you feel. All right, let's go.
Try to anyway. I mean, if he thinks these Kwame Brown, for whatever reason, this brother has a vendetta against me. I've never done anything to him. I've never attacked him. I've never tried to anyway. I mean, if he thinks I attacked,
you did attack him, and the problem is you know, we can start off right there. You did attack Kwame Brown. You've attacked Kwame Brown every time that you made a video. That's my claim. All right. So you think that you don't attack them, but when you lie on a person, when you try to put out false information, and I'm not going to go into detail. If you want to know the real strong details, watch my video previous to this. But when you come out here and you tell the audience that you know nothing about a man outside of him playing basketball and saying jokes, but you have a video before that, I said this a trillion times in my last video. You say in a video prior to that he has the same talking points and viewpoints as you do. You like what he says, and that you know the establishment is going to come for him. If you say that, but when you get really upset, you hide that information and you only put him out to be a clown that only laughs and jokes and say your mama's cooking and all of that stuff. When you know better, when you maliciously and purposefully do something like this, that, in my subjective opinion, is an attack. Now, remember, my viewpoint is not Dr. Boyce Watkins. My goal is not Kwame Brown. My goal is to teach people how to intelligently defend themselves, right? So if that's my goal, it's important for me to put out there that you don't have to worry if your conclusion is subjective. Am I making myself clear? It's subjective. That means that it don't matter how strong of an evidence I show that I feel that Dr. Boyce Watkins attacked him. I don't have to beat Dr. Boyce Watkins. All I have to do is put that out there concise enough that if the majority of the people feel that same way, I did my job. I did my job. I feel strongly that if I tell you guys and show you the exact videos to where he said contradicting statements, that I trust your intelligence, that you're going to feel the same way that I feel. I think that with your intelligence, you're going to feel like, why would a man say that he has been watching another guy, he has studied his viewpoints, and his viewpoint matches his that he's been saying for years and years before him? Why would this person leave this out? Leave that information out and only come online on the video to say that they know nothing about him except for they wasn't good at basketball and they say immature jokes. I don't have to beat you over the fucking head with that. I trust that my Black American audience is intelligent to see that this is deceitful coming from Dr. Boyce Watkins. All right, let's keep going.
Then I told you I was sorry if he felt that way, but for whatever reason.
And the danger comes from when people are ignorant, not lack of intelligence, lack of the specific subject. NCD, two black men fighting. I like Dr. Boyce Watkins. This man helped me out with my financial portfolio. I like Kwame Brown. He's saying viewpoints. Why the hell are they fighting? I don't like this fighting stuff. If a person say that, then they are ignorant from the details. That's not an insult to them. They are ignorant of these specific details. If a person comes into this and they're ignorant of the details, and you hear someone who has given you financial advice you deem to be a good person like Dr. Boyce Watkins, and he tells you, if I made a mistake, then I apologize, then that's going to lead you to feel that Kwame Brown is a bad person that doesn't accept apologies. But he's not mentioning all of the snide remarks that came in every video after that. If you apologize to me by stepping on my shoe, and when you apologize to me by stepping on my shoe, you piss on my goddamn car, fuck you. I hope I'm making myself clear.
The brother, he won't talk to me directly, but what he'll do is he'll keep on kind of doing these crazy videos, saying things that are just not true, and going on a smear campaign.
We handled this in my last video, and I want you guys to pay attention. He said that Kwame Brown is saying things that are not true, but he never says what Kwame Brown does that's not true. Every single time I say something that could be deemed as a negative towards Dr. Boyce Watkins, I always tell you why I feel the way I feel. I trust the Black American audience that you guys are smart enough to know that if someone puts a claim on someone else, A prudent person, a critical thinker, a person that doesn't want to be divisive, a person that wants resolution will back up what they say. He never backs up what he says. I don't have to get flamboyant. I don't have to get loud. If I'm wrong, he'll prove me wrong.
Just major smear campaigns that I just think are disingenuous and kind of making things up.
Disingenuous is a word that a lot of people we use to try to make it sound like we sound like intelligent, and we can be. If it's followed by supporting statements. These are more generic words that's coming from Dr. Boyce Watkins with no supporting statements. Okay, you called Kwame Brown disingenuous. Dr. Boyce Watkins, do you think a prudent person would after that follow it up to show how Kwame Brown is disingenuous? I told you I'd be your Doc Holliday.
And so I thought I would kind of come to you directly, and also I would say this too. I have nothing to hide.
He just switched the subject to how he come directly. So he just laid two claims out on Kwame. He's disingenuous and he said things that are not true. He put those out there, but he has no supporting statements and he has already changed the subject. This is why I say my goal has nothing to do with Kwame Brown. My goal has nothing to do with Dr. Boyce Watkins. My goal is to show y'all people do this shit to you guys every day in your life. Your girlfriend did this to you, and you sat up there when she did this to you like, damn, I thought I was doing right. I ain't even go to the chick house or nothing. I'm a faithful guy. I'm sitting up here, but she spinning words. You feel a certain way, but you don't know how to articulate it. You feel they doing something, but they moving so fast with their words on to the next subject, you don't get time to let it marinate. Then your girlfriend and or your boyfriend, because I don't want to be sexist, when they switch from subject to subject to subject like this, accusing you for all this stuff with no supporting statements or whatever, they do it so much that by the time they trick you by saying, see, you want to cut me off. You don't even want to let me get all my stuff out there. And you be like, all right, I don't want to cut them off. I want to let them get stuff out there. But they go from point for point for point for point for point for point. Never know details. Never know supporting statements. Never know nothing. And by the time they get to their 20th point, you had something for point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5. You never got a chance to speak. And you're going to forget about that stuff. This is what happens in our normal life. I could be wrong. I feel like I know how to teach you guys how to avoid these situations. So I use situations like this to finally speak on. That is my motive. So for all of you guys who say John Real is clout chasing, why is he only talking about this? Because he know the names to get clicked. Well, I told you guys last video to be effective in everything you do. If I told y'all this on the subject of peanut butter and jelly, y'all don't care about peanut butter and jelly. Y'all care about Kwame Brown and everything he doing. Y'all care about Dr. Boyce Watkins. Y'all care about this. So this is the perfect time to gain the masses to teach what I feel like I can help others in. Just so we clear.
Nothing to hide at all. I would be very happy to challenge Kwame to a public debate. If Kwame wants to debate me, you can call me.
All right. This is the most important thing right here about this debate shit with Black American men that are on YouTube. I don't even want to say black. You know what? Scratch that. We're not going to put this down to no sex. We're not going to put this down to a race. This is the problem with all YouTubers. All. I don't care if you Asian, white. I don't care what you are. When a YouTuber challenges another YouTuber to a debate, it's never challenging them to a real debate. There are parameters for a real debate. Number one, a real debate is never on that YouTuber's channel. If a person says he's scared to come on my channel and debate me, I'm superior, intelligent, that's not a debate. A debate will always be on neutral ground. It will always be on a neutral party. There will be parameters. There will be topics set up that both would know to come on to know what the debate is about. He's not challenging Kwame to a debate. He's challenging Kwame to come on his channel because a lot of people will be there. Hold on, let me make sure I go slow. He's challenging Kwame to come on his channel. In my subjective opinion, it's going to garner views, but more importantly, he gets the high ground. There are always little things that people do to you all to put themselves in a position of power. The person on the YouTube channel gets to mute the other person, kick the other person off. That's not neutral ground. An intelligent person who wants critical thinking would never challenge a person to come on their platform for a quote unquote debate. These are not talking about debates. So Kwame would have went on Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel, and what would have happened? Fred, hey, shout out for the $5. Good job, bro. Educate. That's what we here for, Fred. Kwame would have went on Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel, and Dr. Boyce Watkins would have more so, in my subjective opinion, led the conversation down ways that he has strong points in. They probably would have ended up talking about shit that has nothing to do about them. Kwame Brown is a passionate person. It is from Kwame's passion that pulls you in. Passion can be used against you. If Dr. Boyce Watkins could rile Kwame Brown up, and he's cussing, he's doing all this stuff, and then he hangs up on him, and then he says, I told you, this is how he is. Never get into the actual viewpoints. It was never going to be a debate. No one ever challenges someone to a real debate. In my subjective opinion.
Heard from Judge Joe Brown's people. They seem to be confused about why you hate me so much. So call Joe Brown's people. They'll hit me up.
We already discussed this on other channels, how Dr. Boyce Watkins like to talk to people behind the scenes and use a fallacy. And I'm trying to, I don't want to use the real definitions. I just want to make it plain. Anything that discredits a man argument besides the man argument should be tossed to the side. I'm going to give you an example. When he says, what he's trying to say is that Kwame Brown had Judge Joe Brown on his channel, and it is the highest viewed video he's ever done, 1.5 million views. So if I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins, if I want to attack Kwame Brown, I'm going to attack you from the top. This is your number one viewed video, is with Judge Joe Brown. And I've been talking to people behind the scenes that's cool with Judge Joe Brown who disagree with you. It's still a fallacy, because who gives a damn who disagrees with what Judge Joe Brown says? Why do these specific people, their opinion matters to the specific points that Kwame Brown tries to make? If you didn't fear the specific points that Kwame Brown tries to make in his videos, you would not try to use another subject to discredit it. You would use the actual points that Kwame Brown tried to make to discredit Kwame Brown. This is why I'm saying it would be, I would dog walk Dr. Boyce Watkins. You guys got to stop looking at people, and because they branding themselves as the outcast, the person who was not at the cool kids table, which I'm gonna break down and make them look even worse. You guys got to stop looking at shit like that and just say, oh, okay, so he must be intelligent. Let me just listen to him. Nah, don't just listen to him. Listen to him. Really listen to him.
Who else? Jason Whitlock. He's a guy that we both know. I know you talk to Jason. Jason, and I know each other. You can hit Jason Whitlock up. Jason Whitlock will connect us. And so basically,
that was awesome. That was amazing. I want y'all to look at the slight change he did. He lists two people. Jason Whitlock has one of the most credible videos taken up for Kwame Brown, because he was able to dissect who Dr. Boyce Watkins called his friends down to show how they did attack Kwame Brown personally. But look how he did it. The first person he said, who Judge Joe Brown, he talked to people who disagree with Kwame. Fallacy. Without taking a breath, he moved to the next big person who's credible, Jason Whitlock, who took up for him. But he didn't lie. He just said it so fast, it's going to run together. He said it so fast behind it, it's going to lead to just a regular person who's just sitting there listening like, oh, damn, it's two people who supposed to be cool with Kwame, who he broke down, but he really didn't say shit. He just said, oh, yeah, you're cool with Jason Whitlock. He can get us in contact. What he should be saying, if he really wants to debate, you can get in contact with Jason Whitlock. Since this is going to be a real debate, that's a neutral party who cool with me and you. We can do this on Jason Whitlock's platform, and Jason Whitlock could set the parameters and questions for us to have a real debate. That's what he should have said. But you see how people get over on you? I'm here to teach y'all.
I just want to say this, and I want to say this in a way where I'm not going to add, I don't want to add fuel to the fire because I told you I'm not real interested in fighting with black people. I will debate a black person, but I will not fight with a black person. So I'm not going to.
I don't know Dr. Boyce Watkins like this, so I'm going to ask y'all, has he ever debated anyone? I have. I've debated religious scholars and all. Has he ever debated someone under the real parameters of a debate on a neutral platform with subjects already set up in advance for you to have your thought out opinion to debate the person on? Has Dr. Boyce Watkins ever debated anyone? Or has he just argued with people on his or their YouTube channel to trick people who may be ignorant of the parameters of a real debate? Nope, not from my knowledge. Okay. All right, cool.
I did a video kind of addressing a couple of days ago, and since then things have been just kind of stated that are just crazy, making things up like I'm some sort of agent and I'm some sort of guy who's elitist. I mean, if you look at my track.
All right, let's stop right there. I want to tell y'all about being sued. All right, and this is what I thought about in the backyard when y'all saw me smoking my cigar in my last video. He said two things. He said that Kwame Brown, and this is what I wanted him to get into, start saying some examples of what Kwame Brown did. He said that Kwame Brown called him an elitist. But before that, he said that Kwame Brown called him an agent. Kwame Brown just put out a video very upset saying that you can't show me anywhere that I called you an agent. Anywhere. If you can, Dr. Boyce Watkins stands corrected. Until then, you innocent until proven guilty. But let's talk about the word elitist. Let's talk about being sued. My favorite word when I try to teach a lesson on being sued, I love to use the word dumbass. You guys know no one can ever sue you for being called, if you call them a dumbass. Calling someone a dumbass is subjective. That same thing would fit if you call someone an elitist. Now, I would agree with Dr. Boyce Watkins. If you call someone an elitist, you should want to follow any claim up with any kind of supporting evidence may be too strong of a word. Evidence is the greatest thing possible, but it may be other things that they said that's not evidence, but can sway your subjective opinion of why you would call someone an elitist. My thing, why I would get swayed when you call someone an elitist, is just by the way that Dr. Boyce Watkins has been talking recently. I hear you guys in the comment section. You guys have told me he has been doing this. This is how he normally is. But how I am, I have to see it for myself. So since I haven't seen it, I haven't watched him, I hear you guys saying that. But to win a debate, only go by what you see. So from what I see, 10% of black Americans is all I want. You keep throwing bland generalizations that if anyone who disagrees with what you talk about is just dumb, stupid, they just don't get it, they should be blocked from your channel. These are subjective things from what I have been seeing that will lead me to think that you're an elitist. A lot of people think that you're elitist. So I have no problem with Kwame Brown thinking that you're an elitist. The first part, I guess we'll find out because there's a lot of people watching this. If Kwame called you an agent, we'll find out. Kwame swears he never called you this. That we can find out. So far, out of every claim he's ever thrown at Kwame Brown, it has been unfounded. I threw out a claim that Dr. Boyce Watkins is a liar. That is not unfounded. He lied when he said, the only thing I know about this brother is that he played basketball all of these years and he goes and roasts people and I don't want nothing to do with that immature stuff. And that is proven by his previous videos where he said that he specifically watched Kwame Brown and he agreed with some of his talking points. Don't hold your breath expecting a debate with me and Dr. Boyce Watkins. He's probably shitting in his drawers right now.
Record, you'll see there's none of that. Now I do say that I will probably only appeal to the top 10% of black people. That doesn't mean I'm talking about people who are not poor. I'm not talking about people who don't have education.
But you did say this. You did say that you want to talk to people on. You said, And I played it in my last video. You said, Dr. Boyce Watkins, this is why I say you're not quick on the draw. You're not quick on the draw. You did say that you only want to talk to people that's doing good, that's doing well. I want to talk to people that's doing good, doing well from the things that I can learn. But for a lot of people, put up a facade. We don't know what's deep down inside. So I don't assume. Since I don't want to assume, I want to talk to everybody. Whether you're doing well or you hurting, you're struggling. I want to help you get out of that because I don't want to see no one hurt. You did say that. So you don't have to debate me on that. You don't have to debate Kwame Brown on that. But you do got to debate yourself on that. Because those are words that you fucking said.
I'm talking about the nigga net. I'm talking about the people that want to see division. I'm talking about the people that want to see black people go backward. I'm talking about the people that...
What are you doing to decipher of when you would put someone in the nigga net category or when you would not? I want to know that. I would love to hear when you decipher how you make these categories to predetermine who is worthy to hear the advice that you have to give. That alone makes you sound like an elitist, in my subjective opinion.
That love the chaos, the people that want to see two black men fighting as opposed to working together. Those are not the people. Those are not my people. Those are not my people. So I want to make it clear. Like if you come in there and you're like, oh, mama's cooking. That's the type of immaturity I'm not going to really respond to because you black people, you are in trouble. You're down in the streets. I just heard from a young brother the other day, DJ Stanton out of...
Another thing that makes you sound like an elitist, I hope somebody clip what I'm about to say. And after you clip it right after what he just said. You said black people, you're. Dr. Boyce Watkins, you do know that you're black, right? You do know that you're a black American, right? So why are you saying you're instead of saying we're? It's not your, it's we're. We are. And that's assuming that's what you're saying is even incorrect. It is even correct. But it's weird. Told you he not quick on the draw.
Philadelphia, who was shot in the store in broad daylight for no reason, for some jealous, ridiculous Negro. And I'm sure somebody egged it on. I'm sure somebody decided, that they wanted to create a beef, and the beef was created. Next thing you know, a black man's dead. So what I want to say to you 100% clear is that I will answer any legitimate questions you have. If you say something stupid like, just stop, Boyce, mama's cooking, I don't know what to do with that. I'm not a comedian. I'm a serious black man and a serious scholar. I also say this. If Kwame wants to debate me, he's welcome to debate me. But I must warn him, this ain't the NBA, brother. You're 7 feet tall in stature. I'm 7 feet tall in intellect. In fact, I'm probably 7'6". So I'm gonna block a lot of shots, and I don't want to, and I might dunk on you. So I just want to make sure that you understand that this ain't the NBA. But
hey man, ain't nothing wrong with you having that kind of intelligence. It's just that from everything I've seen, I ain't seen nothing that makes you special. And when I do see something that makes you special, I'm assuming without evidence. I assume because of your degree. I assume because of the videos that you make that you're great at financing. But I was thinking about something last night. If you are willing to sidestep and falsely claim and leave things out maliciously that you know of a person to try to paint them a certain way, how can I trust your financial advice? I literally said last night after I did my video, would I really trust his advice financially? The only advice I would trust would be the things that he would actually put his money on, because I don't think he's going to mess up himself. But the way he doing other black men and trying to paint people, how am I to trust that the advice that you giving me on this stock or this stock, if I ain't seeing that you putting your money down on it, is real? I don't know, man. You earn your own reputation, bro.
If he wants to debate me, he can call me. Again, we have a lot of the same friends. Etan Thomas, who played with him at the Wizards, is a very good buddy of mine.
Listen to this. I'm gonna go back to right here. Let me show you how he contradicts himself. Now, I don't know how much of y'all been watching this, but remember, he laughed it off and said, y'all told me I should have hit up Kwame behind the scenes. How am I hit Kwame behind the scenes? I don't know these people. I don't know these NBA players. I don't know none of these people. How am I gonna hit them up behind the scenes? That's what he said when he first came out. All right, I told y'all, it ain't me you got to worry about. If you love Dr. Boyce Watkins, You need to worry about the previous Dr. Boyce Watkins, because they evidently two different people, because he always seems to debate himself. Hell, if you 7'6" tall, I would want to see both of you 7'6" tall Dr. Boyce Watkins go at it with each other, because you keep saying shit to fuck up the other Dr. Boyce Watkins. You just told us you have no way to contact him, and now you're going to go out here and you about to paint a narrative that there is a simple way that for you guys to get in contact when it's up to your parameters. Sounds a bit fucking elitist to me. Now that it's up on your terms and you want to have this debate because you feel so much superior intellectually, which you fucking look like a dumbass to me, it's easy to get in contact with Kwame. But when he asks, dude, yo, it's some crazy people out here, bro. Don't get these crazy people information on how to take my channel down, bro. You could have hit me behind the scenes. There was no way back then. You don't even know how to get in contact with Ice Cube. You big Billy badass Dr. Boyce Watkins. Ice Cube had to get in contact with you. Fuck up out of here, man. Fuck this nigga talk about, man.
Etan can connect us. Jason Whitlock can connect us.
All these people that could have done it the first time and avoided all of this. If your goal was not to debate and go at it with another black man, same man you said that you shared his talking point, the same man that you went out here and publicly said that you know that they gonna come after him because he's going against the establishment. There's a difference between when someone tries to portray themselves as intelligent and when someone really intelligent. When someone really intelligent, you rarely ever hear them say that. With someone loving the fact that they living off this narrative, and he gonna go on to tell y'all his other narrative, how he was the sorry dude in school, he wasn't the popular guy and all this right here. So it looks like he found a lane that he can exploit, and he wants y'all to just follow along because he built like a Teletubby with glasses. He wants y'all to just follow along and just assume that he's this way. In my subjective opinion. Let's keep going.
And I don't want to, and I might dunk on you. So I just want to make sure that you understand that this ain't the NBA. But
brag about intelligence, because we clearly see ain't nothing about Kwame Brown that show he like to come out here and debate with these people, bruh. Michael Jordan wanted to go against Michael Jordan wanted to go against Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, all the top players in that specific field. Ain't nothing about Kwame that's showing that he's this intelligent debater. But of all these people, this is the one that you want to go at it. Go at it with me then. Where I come from, we put the video games on the hardest settings.
But if he wants to debate me, he can call me. Again, we have a lot of the same friends. Etan Thomas, who played with.
Every time he says all the same friends, this is exactly contradicting how he said it was impossible for him to get in contact with Kwame Brown at the beginning, when all of this could have been avoided.
Him at the Wizards is a very good buddy of mine. Etan can connect us. Jason Whitlock can connect us. Judge Joe Brown's people can connect us. So if he has something to say to me, I would say to him,
it seems to me and everybody that's been listening, what Kwame Brown has been saying to you is stop talking about him. Keep his name out of your mouth. Unless you just really like fucking up your own platform, because that's all you're doing and losing credibility by the minute. I dissecting you is I am simply a vessel, a product of you coming out here spouting nonsense against this guy. I have thought and felt the same way I have been feeling. I have been looking for ways to put out here to teach Black American people how to defend themselves intellectually. The reason I'm doing it specifically against you is because you put yourself out here on this particular topic. So I am a product. I'm just merely one. There's other guys who roasted and shit out of you, putting up clip channels. There's all different ways that people are exploiting who you really are and how you feel as a person. This is a no-win situation.
Just being logically speaking. I know a lot of people don't get logic. A lot of people don't want to think logically. They just want to be emotional. But those.
You're extremely emotional. I'll just leave that right there.
those who, if he wants to talk about me, he should go do research.
He doesn't want to talk about you. He has said a billion times, even today while you're alive, just stop talking about him. Just stop. I think that you're personally, romantically in love with thumbs down. That's my subjective opinion. I just think that you really love getting thumbs down on your videos. I think that just spouts your ego.
Research. He should go get facts. He should talk to me and say, well, what do you think about this? Like, for example, he brings up this guy named Charles Wu, a guy I quit working with 4 years ago. But Charles, did a video that was disrespectful toward me. And we had.
All right. Now, we make the false assumption that everybody knows the information we know. And I don't want to do that right now. If you have no idea, because I know a lot of you do, because this is some scary shit I'm about to show you. If you have no idea who Charles Wu is, in the situation with Charles Wu and Dr. Boyce Watkins, type of 1, do not lie. Do not lie. I just want to see if you have no idea who Charles Wu is, because if you don't, you're about to get scared out of your fucking mind. Type of 1 if you have no idea who Charles Wu is in relation to Dr. Boyce Watkins. What's the channel we all love right now? Straight Talk? I think I'm getting it wrong, man. It's not Straight Talk. Kwame. This is really bad. This what I'm about to show y'all is what's the channel called? They just put up the video. I want to give them their flowers. What's the channel called? I'm about to show y'all some dangerous stuff. What I'm about to show y'all is the equivalent of seeing aliens for the first time. Self-talk. So look at y'all. I know y'all in the building. Y'all already know about this. I see you. I see you back there smiling. You like, yo, all I know is about the show. Self-talk. Shout out to Self-talk, man. Self-talk. Y'all got to reach out to Kwame Brown and give him that intro. Y'all got to give Kwame that. You got to give Mama's cooking. Boom, the fight, you got to give it to him. He got to get that, bro. If anybody should have that intro, but it really don't matter because Kwame goes live. All right, let me find this video. End of Dr. Boyce. Why this is some scary. When I saw this video, this was scary to me, man. All right, here we go. I'm about to play it. I'm gonna break down my subjective opinion. Shout out to Firesign. Shout out to Firesign. I really, really appreciate that, man. Y'all have no idea, man. I really, really appreciate that. Feel free, if you already seen this video, if you have your own subjective opinion of what it is, to explain how did this make you feel, right? But I'm gonna play it right now.
Time has come. There's no way out of this one.
Keep in mind, before we play this, Dr. Boyce Watkins just said he was with this guy and the guy said some harmful stuff about him and he left him. Listen to the harmful stuff the guy said about Dr. Boyce Watkins. I just found this out yesterday. Chanel Lewis, thanks for helping us. Always, Chanel, big hugs to you and everybody else, man. Before I talk, for all of you who typed the 1, listen carefully and form your own opinion. Listen. This is the scariest shit since seeing, unless you see a UFO, because it's going anything you have a fear about what's going on behind the scenes in this country, you're about to see that fear is real. I can't pronounce your name. Nosa Jaleb, but I'll give you a huge hug. Thank you. And thank you always, Nora-san, for coming in and helping out. You on it, John. Donated to Self-Talk as well. Please get the Jessica Reed's doc. I'm doing Jessica Reed document. I'm flying to do Jessica Reed. We're trying to get the dates down for July. I will either do the documentary with Jessica Reed, who said that she was sexually assaulted by Charlamagne the God and friends. I will be putting that documentary together. I'm just trying to see, it's going to be the second week of July or third week in July. But we're going to do it, and we're going to do it the professional and right way. Also, too, for anybody who's supporting Jessica Reed, for all these scammers out here trying to use her story, when I shoot the documentary for Jessica Reed, all the footage is going to Jessica Reed. It would say executive produced by Jessica Reed. Jessica Reed will own every single thing that I shoot, because Jessica Reed, I'm telling you what she tells me, she wants everybody on YouTube to be able to use the footage. So when it comes out on her channel, you will be able to take it on your channel and use it everywhere. That's how it should be. Whatever get the message out, not who get the credit for it. Man, y'all keep giving these subs. I ain't gonna never see the video. Y'all keep giving. Hold the super chats. I like the super chats, but hold them, because I gotta shout you out. I can't let you. You know what I'm saying? Shoot a super chat without shouting you out. So shout out to no one. I'm a new sub. Love your breakdowns. I work in big tech, and Kwame is spitting facts 100. We need more real ones like you. Always big hug, man. Always.
Look at some mama's cooking, bitch.
But now we do it, more formulaically, is why do, is we actually sell the why, like when I explain what I do, I tell people I basically sell open dreams, and I fulfill it. Sometimes I fulfill it with SaaS, sometimes I fulfill it with a physical product, sometimes I fulfill it with an info product, but ultimately I'm selling open dreams of some sort of desired end result. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Absolutely makes sense. Yeah.
So that's kind of how I look at it. So like if you look at it, and you got me thinking. So let me pull this up real quick on my end. I'm gonna share my screen.
Just so we clear, that guy Charles Wu, that Asian guy, is about to pull up his screen and show the clients that he's selling.
Let's see how to do this. Yeah, I'm gonna share this right here, and this was kind of exciting for me, as a copywriter. Side of things. You see my screen okay? You see like a presentation or whatever?
Yeah, I see it.
If you look at how we do it, in this case, we're basically, we're selling like a children's education product, I'm not saying, I believe it's a good product we put together. I'm not saying it's a bad product, but in the grand scheme of children's education products and stuff like that, there's thousands of them out there, right? It's like if you're selling like webinar software, if you're selling some sort of stat tool or whatnot, the reality is we're not that special snowflakes, it's all the same thing. But what we do is, if you can imagine, I hit it initially, I literally, what I'm selling, I don't view myself as selling, the problem is not to say buy my product, I'm trying to sell a movement or a change. So in this case, this offer that we have, we're focused on the African-American niche. And we're basically selling, we basically sell it as religion, right? So we're packaging as Black economic power needs to become the second religion. We're gonna sell you on how to properly educate your children, create your own job. Literally, this is what we sell.
Correct.
This is how we position it. And what's interesting, and this was actually great because we were on the webinar. And Boyce, who's, he's the main character. He's like the pitch guy. He's my, info product guy. Yeah. But, actually look at it, we had, we literally go completely off tangent, which is good. But it's let me just read this copy to you, and I'd be curious to get your opinion. So we're basically selling, let me take that back. We are selling hope. We are fulfilling it through an online education product. But this is kind of the pitch. It's growing up, I was the black kid who wanted to be invited to the space of the white man, blah, 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 And it's like, and I remember just having a day when I said, I'm not going to pretend to be somebody else. I'm not going to fit in, trying to hope that these white folks like me because I'm a good person. I learned how to love, you know, blah, like all this sort of stuff. It's like this self-realization point. And what's interesting is this is actually one of our, you know, and maybe you'll think that I'm this evil person. This is actually a practice and planned effort to get to a critical close point. And actually, I was really excited because, you know, and this wasn't planned, but like when Boyce was actually pitching, or not pitching, he was educating. We're all about educating, but we don't sell here. You know, he was educating. He actually like this became like an epiphany moment for him. Mm-hmm. And I have him on, you know, we're on like YouTube Live and the webinar and everything. You know, he's tearing up. Like he cries for a good 30 to 45 seconds. And it's awesome. Like, let me see if I can find, like, I think the video is still up somewhere on YouTube. If I can go pull it up, let me find this real quick. You know, from earlier this week. Hold on. And now when I need to find something, it takes forever to load. But, like, that point, like, literally, like, we spent, like, the presentation, we spent 4 minutes, like, he just, like, broke down and was, like, he just couldn't keep himself together. And the customer response in terms of comments at that time just completely blew up. And I don't want to make it sound like it's completely manufactured, or, well, I guess it somewhat is, but this was, you know, beyond my expectations. But, like, the phones or the online, you know, like, the orders started ringing in because, like, people were able to emotionally identify with the why. They were able to, like, experience that transition. Let me go find, like...
It sounds to me like it went from a functional product up into an emotional product, right?
Oh, and it's all emotional.
Yeah, and
it's all emotional.
Let me stop my screen here while I pull up the video, comment, stuff like that. So,
all right, before I talk, it's just that the channel that did this, called Straight Talk, said something that really touched my heart, man. No, it's not Straight Talk. I gotta find it. Darn, I just had the video. Hold on. I want to give them their roses while they're alive. Self-Talk said they were waiting to get this video cleared for monetization. The message in this video was so vital to Black Americans that they said, screw it. We're just going to throw this out right now, and it's not going to be monetized. We're not going to get anything from this right here. The message was so important to Self-Talk channel that they threw this out here. So make sure you guys, I'm going to put that video in the link. You go support them. They got a Patreon. They got a whatever, a Cash App or whatever. Make sure you, because they forewent everything because it was that important for you guys to see this video. Now I'm going to show y'all some shit that I know how to put words together to make shit sound really worse by just stating facts, right? Because while we was watching this video, someone came in the comment section and called Kwame Brown names. So we going to do what I like to do with my two hands. Kwame Brown alleged that there's a get-along game. The get-along game would be my left hand. Kwame Brown would be my right hand. Let's look at the absolute worst thing both sides have shown us. If I would have, I'm going to Kwame Brown first. The worst of the worst. A person may not play basketball as well as most people thought that they play it. And they're good at roasting people. Same me. I think that Kwame Brown has a lot more to offer. But I'm trying to dig out the worst of Kwame Brown. He can't play basketball as good as people thought, and he roasts people. Now let's look at the get-along game. A man went on a radio show and told Black Americans that he put his penis inside of a woman when she was blacked out drunk. I heard that tape a billion times that I feel 1,000,000% confident saying that because that's what he said. She was blacked out and she didn't know she had sex until the next morning. He thought that this was funny, and he also thought that it was funny that his cousin saw her nude body. This is after he got Spanish fly for him. A lot of you sick fucks like to say his wife. I'm not going to say his wife in the next scenario. This scenario is not his wife. This scenario, my middle finger, is his wife. But she was not his wife. We got to call her who she really was. He was 19 years old. She was 16 years old when he met. His words, not mine. She was 16 years old. His words, not mine. This 16-year-old made this 19-year-old wait a year before she had intercourse with him. His words, not mine. A year can be subjective, so maybe she turned 17. Maybe she didn't. Either way, she was 16, he was 19, or she was 17, he was 20. But his words, not mine. They went to his mother's house where she got really, really drunk at either 16 or 17 years old. And he was confused as to was she drunk enough to give consent, but he still went through with it to the point that he had to ask her. His words, not mine. Her answer was, in hindsight, yeah, you did rape me. And I'm doing a documentary with a third woman. If we look around this time, teenage girls, 3. This is the get along game. The worst of Kwame Brown. You gonna roast somebody and be immature, and you may not score enough points. Then we got Dr. Boyce Watkins. Now let's be fair to Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm all about being fair. You guys just saw what Charles Wu just said about Dr. Boyce Watkins. Let's hear Dr. Watkins' rebuttal so I can still put and make sure I'm correct with what I say about the get along game. Let's hear Dr. Watkins' rebuttal to what we just saw on the video so you don't even need me. You can make your own subjective opinions. I trust you guys are intelligent, even though Dr. Boyce Watkins doesn't.
Me. Again, we have a lot of the same friends. Etan Thomas, who played with him at the Wizards, is a very good buddy of mine. Etan can connect us. Jason Whitlock can connect us. Judge Joe Brown's people can connect us. So if he has something to say to me, I would say to him, just being logically speaking. I know a lot of people don't get logic. A lot of people don't want to think logically. They just want to be emotional. But those who, if he wants to talk about me, he should go do research. He should go get facts. He should talk to me and say, well, what do you think?
Well, we researching right now. We are researching right now, Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Think about this. Like, for example, he brings up this guy named Charles Wu, a guy I quit working with 4 years ago. But Charles, did a video that was disrespectful toward me. And we had some words and we parted ways after that. But just so you know, a lot of black people, the work we were doing was not so sinister as really the impression of working with somebody who wasn't black. And some people took it the wrong way.
I don't know how y'all feel. I can only say how I feel. I didn't give a damn if Charles Wu was a black man. I didn't care if Charles Wu was black, Asian, white. Charles Wu just put out the impression to us that you are fake and you are selling something that's not even real. You're trying to sell hope. You're fake crying. That's what Charles Wu put out to us. Charles Wu didn't sound like he was sinister going against you. Charles Wu sounds like he was in a private meeting and he did not expect the world to hear this as he was pushing you. By what he said, the merits of what Charles Wu was saying, I don't care that he's Asian. It's the same as seeing UFOs. We have been told that there is some get along game. We have been told that there's some Illuminati. We have been told that there are fake preachers. There's false prophets. I personally know, I'm not going to say in detail, but this is my own personal fact, that fake groups have laid out for protests and was paid to do this. I know that. So when we hear this Charles Wu say this about the product he's putting out, and you are just one of the products he's falsely putting out to the world this way, we don't give a damn about his race. Why is it, Dr. Boyce Watkins, that all of this frivolous, crazy shit is just so conveniently happening to the people that Kwame said is in the get-along game? Why? This is crazy what Charles Wu just said about you. This is crazy. He just showed us the emperor has no clothes.
Way, so I cut it away. But just so you know, I had to fire some black people because of that. I had to let some black people leave their job. And I wish I hadn't done it.
Little Asian man exposed you, and Asian man looked like he in a business meeting just saying the truth. I don't know. My subjective opinion. He just looked like he just chilling talking. He not looking like he your enemy. He looking like you a product that he about to help it. He about to work his hardest to push this shit out. He don't look like he hates you. He look like he about to make sure you make this money. And because of that, you fire some black people. I told y'all he wasn't quick on the draw. I said, it's a video right before this. I said he not quick on the draw.
Because I kind of listened to the wrong people. And one thing I learned from that experience is that when you have,
Tina Davis, you want me to give you the link? I thought you was a prudent person that can actually go over and listen to Dr. Boyce Watkins if you want to hear him just say it. I thought that, if you came here, you want to hear me break it down.
Critics and haters, you cannot live for your critics. You cannot live for your haters. So just so you know, this conversation is not for the critics and the haters. The trolls, just get blocked. I'm not worried about the trolls.
Shout out to Seaweed. He said some stuff disrespectful towards me, but I never checked him in the video. What a coward. Shout out to my man Seaweed.
It's really for the people that really want the truth. I really like talking to the people that are saying, how do we do better?
As a critical thinker, Dr. Boyce Watkins, with something as damaging as that video clip that Charles Wu put out about you, do you think that we deserve to have more of an explanation than what you just gave right here? Those two little general sentences? Or do you really think that 90% of us are so dumb that that's all we need?
How do we move forward? And so I will say this again. I challenge Kwame. If Kwame has a lot to say about me, he's made probably 10 videos about me now, and that's okay. You can keep making them, brother. I get it. You have a lot of frustration.
You're trying to use the number 10 to try to make it look like he's all on your sack, but a lot of those because he just goes and talks about his life, and in his life, you're a person that keeps saying contradicting statements that paints him in a negative light with real lies inside. It takes a lot for me to say the word lie. I would never say the word lie unless I feel comfortable that I can prove it is a factual lie. You've said things with lies inside of them about this guy.
I encourage you to see a therapist, actually, because it seems like you're mad. And anybody who doesn't agree with me, notice how often he attacks people. Every video is attack, 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 attack.
Every video is defend, 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 defend. You know how you can tell when somebody defend? They'll say what the person said before that. He literally says what you said in the video before that, and he defends himself. This guy is a trip, man. You really think you smart, too. That's the funny shit, man. You're a dumbass.
Attack, 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 attack. Well, that's not healthy for black people. That feeds into our
How is this healthy for black people, bro? How is this live you just made healthy for black people? First of all, you don't really want a real debate. You want them to come on your thing. You're going to get all the views and everything from it. You want to rile them up, get emotional, and try to stay calm and use that bullshit. And gloss over all the fucking generalizations, the lies, the contradictions, the fallacies that you said. Everything I just said, I have shown within minute details in my videos that I have made about you. How is this good? How is this good? I'm going to make you look really, really bad by being calm right now. You try to say what's good and bad for black Americans. Dr. Boyce Watkins, on this video you just made, you went into great details to say how easy it is that you guys could get in contact with each other behind the scenes. So with you now finally acknowledging how easy it is for you guys to get in contact behind the scenes, do you still not feel that it would have been better had you just simply reached out to him? I'm trying to appeal to the mature intellect you falsely lie and claim that you have.
Natural proclivity to attack each other. That feeds into our natural desire to kill each other. That feeds into our natural desire to hate each other. So,
and he's not saying this about him. He's only saying this about Kwame. This goes on with Jamil Hill said, you know, like he's violent and now you want to kill people.
You know, I'm not going to attack back, but I am going to stand up and say, if anybody legitimately has legitimate questions, I have nothing to hide.
I think I had a billion legitimate questions in my last video. I think it's popular enough for you to see. Kwame saw my last video. I think I have legitimate questions in this video. Fuck me. Fuck Kwame Brown. Let's talk about you looking at yourself. Do you really feel with the type of video that Charles Wu has just disclosed about you, where he is not attacking you, he seems that he's eager to help you, he seems that he did not want this to be out publicly, do you feel that you deserve to give more details into that situation? Screw who you consider your haters. I'm talking about Dr. Boyce Watkins versus Dr. Boyce Watkins, because you, your own worst enemy, you just don't see it yet. That's that narcissism. You, your own worst enemy, you don't feel that?
What we've been doing here in the Black Business School has changed the world. We've changed so many people's lives. A lot of you who are in this chat right now are making more money because of the things that I've talked to you guys about. I've given you the game on stocks and everything else. I've talked to you extensively about building wealth for your families.
That's awesome. In order for you to continue to do this and let people take you seriously, especially with the damaging information that Charles Wu just put out about you, if you want to continue to do that, with you losing supporters due to the information he put out, I think that you should really, really explain that into detail. I think you should do it without your pride. I think your pride makes you paint Black Americans into categories that you can look down upon. Elitists. And it's hurting you. Shout out to my man Manny. He's so smart. He's outsmarting himself. Hashtag leave him alone. I'm not doing this to him, Manny. He's doing this to himself. I'm letting the man talk.
I've taken my whole PhD. And I've shared it with the community in hopes that you guys can benefit. And the Black Business School, despite contrary to people's opinion that it's some elitist place that you have to have money to be a part of, you can join the Black Business School for free. If you go to theblackbusinessschool.com right now, there are people on the line who will talk to you for free about what they can do to help you achieve your financial goal. They will talk to you for free about
another thing too, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Like, shouldn't, as a critical thinker, you should be telling people to pay attention to the merits of someone's argument instead of their title? I mean, especially since guys like you and I know that if you look at someone's title, to use their title as a way to prove their argument, that's literally a fallacy. There's a specific name for that fallacy. I don't remember the name. So, like, as a prudent person, you should steer people away from doing that. Who gives a fuck if someone has a PhD? What are you saying? What are the merits of your argument? What's coming out of your mouth? I know people with PhDs, since I do true crime documentaries, that are the most prolific serial killers of all time, killing over 250 people. I know people with a PhD I will beat and spade and tonk within 30 seconds. So why you keep trying to throw out these little things, like these little names and shit, man? I don't care. That don't impress me. I think you a dumbass with a PhD. I think that you really, really struggle when you're put on the spot. I think that you're emotional. I think all of these things from the merits of the arguments that I see that you putting out here about yourself. I'm not impressed with none of that bullshit.
Things you can do that you can get from us. If you get on the email list, it doesn't cost you anything to get on the email list. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, first of all, share something. I like to share resources with you guys that will help you out. Let me see here. Go to firstsharestock.com. That's where I send you free information on how to invest. And we do offer things, right? That's how you run a business. When you run a business, you need revenue to hire people. And we've hired probably 100 Black people in the last few years.
When you do business, you want to keep your name clear. When you do business, you don't want to put down a large paying percentage of the population that could steer to your business. When we're in a country like America, when a black American man has a business, one of the biggest ways he can get income from is from a black American community. So someone with a business probably don't want to put down 90% of the people in that population. I'm just saying, I thought we were giving advice on how to run a business. My bad, bro. My bad, bro.
I only can entertain these conversations so much because I can't really debate with people who don't know the challenge of creating jobs for black people. Like I created a lot of jobs.
What if the debate has nothing to do with jobs for black people? This guy.
For black folks, I don't really talk about it. A lot of people that say they love Powernomics, they say,
Dr. Boyce Watkins, I challenge you to show me one real debate you've been in. I'll show you plenty I've been in. Show me one real debate. A moderator. You standing on the opposing side of someone else. You have been giving topics to go on. Have you ever been in a real debate?
Say they love Dr. Claude Anderson. Well, I love him for sure, but your words don't mean nothing. What matters is, are you helping them pay the bills? Dr. Claude Anderson has been suing the federal government for reparations on your behalf for the last 30 years. And black folks aren't helping them pay those bills. Most black folks, they might buy, some people buy a book, and I applaud you if you've done that. But, we wrote some.
I know nothing about this. This is an important lesson to teach. I told y'all from the beginning of this video, you do not need to kill somebody at every single waking turn. Stay only on the topics that you're good at. Whatever he's talking about with Dr. Claude Anderson, I'm not going to say nothing about because I have no expertise on it. So you keep your hole small for someone trying to steer you off course to talk about something you don't know, and they will attack you from that position all day long to keep you from being on the real topic you were destroying them on.
Some big checks over to the Powernomics Corporation because I wanted to be a big boy. I said, I want to be a big boy. I don't want you here just because you're trying to be nice. We should be helping you. We should be helping you achieve that goal. So that's extremely important. Now, let me see here. Let's see. I see a super chat question. Somebody says, AMK says, how can Kwame be more productive? I don't know. I'm not going to speak on Kwame's platform in terms of how he should use it. I just think that desire to roast people, for some people that think like me, it can come off like entertainment. It can come.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna be mature about this right here. So I'm not gonna try to clown him. The critical problem you have with critical thinking, your favorite word in the entire fucking dictionary, is that you admitted that you're speaking on a man that you have not looked into the details on, so it can steer you down a path that you didn't need to go down. So if you only project Kwame out to roast people, when all of us here who go to his channel knows that he does more than roast, it makes you look disingenuous. It makes you look like a liar. It makes you look like it's perfectly fine for people to say you in the get along game to even speak on this topic. That is the major issue that I see here. You shouldn't even be speaking on this. Put like this right here. You said that you're a critical thinker, right, Dr. Boyce Watkins, right? So do you not think it's best to gather all the information that you can on a person before you speak on a topic that person is talking about? How can you proudly put out that you don't need to know any of this information to make this viewpoint of this person? You know what they say in lawsuits? They say one of the things I saw is that lawyers like to use the word like, I don't know the word for it, but when you should have known. Like it's easy to find out this information. Or if I go out here and I say that Dr. Boyce Watkins is a white man, and it's so easily to find out that Dr. Boyce Watkins is black. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy for the gajillion videos that Kwame Brown has that he does way more than roasting. So the more easily it's available to find this information, the more disingenuous you look, like you're trying to paint a picture about a man that's not true.
Come off as, because the thing people seem to remember most from the platform is mama's cooking. And, I got a mama and I got a woman. My woman being there cooking, she does a lot of mama's cooking.
That was awesome. That was good. The way he worded that was good. Do stuff like that. He said the way most people, the thing most people remember is mama's cooking. So yeah, say it like that. because that can help you, because you can say, I didn't say he didn't have any intellectual points. I just said the thing that most people remember. Okay, the problem is you just did this after multiple videos and multiple comments of saying that that's all he does.
In the house. But when mama's cooking, daddy's building. When mama's cooking, daddy's over here doing the work. When mama's cooking, daddy's bringing home the bacon.
All right, I'm going to repeat myself from the last video. When you say, when mama's cooking, daddy doing this, mama this, daddy this. All right, but you also cried and complained that Kwame Brown is far more effective at teaching the same messages, that when you said that when both of you guys agreed and he shared the same viewpoints as you, he's getting way more people to watch him. So if he's getting way more people to watch him and you're admitting he's far more effective than you, how can you use that as an insult on him? How's it an insult on Kwame Brown if he's far more effective than you? Daddy's over here being slow making the burgers. Daddy gonna get you 1 burger out a week. Kwame over there getting 30 burgers out a day. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're a fucking joke, bro. You're a joke. It's like, I feel like, and y'all ain't gonna catch this, but for the tiny people that do, I feel like Dr. Boyce Watkins is one of them big monsters that's come to destroy the city, and I'm One Punch Man.
So I don't really, I'm not that's feminine to me. I'm not a mama's cooking type guy. I'm a guy who's into going out and fighting the battle so that we can actually solve problems. So man to man, I would say to him, if you have some things to say, don't get on the internet just run around with rumors and misinformation and becoming gossipy and it almost sounds chatty patty-ish. You know, it sounds like you're gossiping as a.
Okay. Subjective, I can't take that from you. Once it's subjective, you have your opinion. You said sounds like, that's subjective. It sounds like Kwame Brown is chatty patty. I'm gonna say you sound like a chatty patty, and I'm gonna hold that up with shit that you said. I'm not just gonna call you chatty patty. You're chatty patty. You run around here, you talking shit about shit you don't know. You run around here saying that this guy is only this silly dude that's running around saying mama cooking and roasting and shit, but when he doing far more than that. I mean, Craig Hodges, you know what I'm saying? One of the prolific black men that was lacing up them 3-pointers back in the day, said some real shit on the channel. Today, because of Kwame Brown interview that I played on my channel, I sincerely apologize. I mean no disrespect when I say this. I look at the camera and I apologize. Because I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I only know the name is Chris Jackson, but we all know that Chris Jackson changed his name. I wish that I remembered to respect the new name that he has. But because of the conversation they had today, I went back and watched a bunch of Chris Jackson videos. So you literally are being a chatty patty, man. You literally are running around here lying on a dude that you know far more about. So thank you. I knew y'all was gonna type in Mahmoud Abdul Roth, who broke Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls win streak by hitting an amazing 32 points. I saw that today. I would have never seen that today if it wasn't for Kwame Brown. Shout out to my man Mahmoud, man. Come on, Dr. Boyce Watkins, bro.
Opposed to talking to me. Now, if you talk to me and you ask me a question that I cannot answer, then that's a problem.
There's a billion questions here, and on the last video, I would love for you to answer. I don't think you're going to answer. You know what I think you're going to do? You're going to avoid this video, even though this shit is potent as fuck. You're going to avoid this. You're going to look, he not that big. And cool, you'll be able to avoid this. But like, if you genuinely cared, if you ran across this and you genuinely cared in your heart, and you genuinely cared about the messages that young black men and women receive out here, it will bother you that people feel this way about you if it's not true. It will bother you and it will hurt your heart to the fact that you would want to clarify these things. Remember, I keep an open mind. I'm always open to change my mind. As you being a black man, I would love nothing more better than for you to clear up how Charles Wu made you fucking look. I would love nothing better than for you to clear up the lies you said about him, the contradictions you said. I would love nothing better. I just don't think that it's going to happen. I don't think that you're a genuine person. I don't think that. I definitely don't think you're intelligent. I have zero respect for your intelligence level. It would have to be on a subject I know nothing about.
Right? But you won't do that. You haven't done that. you know, and that's something that I think just man to man, I would say to him, ask me this question. I guarantee you that any friend you get on the phone, we have a lot of mutual friends. Ask Judge Joe Brown. Just say, hey, Judge, I want to keep blasting Boyce and I want to talk about this and talk about that. Should I talk to him directly, or should I keep on going on the internet and gossiping about him and sharing things that may or not be true without allowing?
Here we go again. I've been cool to call him out at every turn. He'll sell claim and he won't prove it. He's saying that, or will Kwame go on and gossip about things that's not true? Can you name one thing that Kwame said about you that's not true? Every time I say any insinuation about you, I show why I feel the way I feel. Can you say one tiny thing? Just one. Just one. You've said this shit in every video. Can you name one thing that Kwame said about you that's not true, dude? Just one. Just one finger. Shout out to Ms. Martimar. Judge Joe Brown must tweeted support for Kwame. Just show me one. That's all I ask. I swear, I don't give a fuck whether you believe me or not. I know me. I love learning. I'm fanatical about learning. Help me out, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Can you show me one freaking thing that Kwame said about you that's not true?
Allowing him any chance to defend what he's saying or defend himself, right? I'm sure Judge Joe Brown could give you some guidance on that. And I could give you guidance too. I mean, I could have been a great friend to you. In fact, I probably still could be. I just don't really, it makes me very sad when I see a black man who I really would have helped come along and say, well, the best way for me to get a leg up is to attack Boyce, right? Because I've seen other young guys like that on the internet, and I'm like, man.
I don't know. So I don't know if he lying now. I am ignorant. I don't like this knowledge. Did Kwame Brown ever say the best way to get a leg up is to attack Dr. Boyce Watkins? If he did, you ain't got to lie. Did Kwame Brown ever say the best way to get a leg up is to attack Dr. Boyce Watkins? Is there a video clip of this? Because let me tell you what this does. This is a black or white situation, meaning that there's no middle ground. No middle ground. If he didn't say it, you a fucking liar. If he did, I strongly disagree with him. But there's no middle ground. There's no middle ground. Did Kwame Brown say the best way is to attack Dr. Boyce Watkins? I'm saying this repeatedly out loud because people on both sides, the people that love you, Dr. Boyce Watkins, they're going to go find a clip if he said it. I'm putting it out there. This is the one. You keep making these claims and you ain't showing shit. At the 5-minute mark of the video, where you said, I got some of Mama's cooking, around the 5-minute mark, that's when you said that Charlamagne the God was your friend. Around the 3-minute mark of that video, that's when you said that you talked to Steven Jackson on the phone for a long time. People who you saw comment at Kwame Brown. I can recite this shit because I care. It matters to me to show why I feel the way I feel. This should come for any prudent person, any critical thinker. You keep putting out these claims about Kwame Brown, and we out here waiting to see where you getting these claims from. But you care not to put it out. If we ever debate, you're going to have to explain to me how you not willing to show why it is you feel the way you feel is not critical. Shout out to Dominique Griffin. The only name Boyce doesn't drop is Charles Wu, his Asian daddy. That's your biggest enemy right there, Charles Wu.
Do you know how many young guys I support? You know, I got Brother Ben X.
Irrelevant, but I'll let you keep talking.
It's coming on tomorrow. I support.
Deanna said, do you think it's too late to apologize? Every time he says he wants to apologize, he makes false insinuations about Kwame Brown without evidence. It's subjective. It's whatever Kwame Brown feels. If it were me, fuck no. I'm not. You have to clear up. You have to clear up every lie you said about me. We have to have that discussion. We can't have that discussion behind the scenes because you left it out publicly and people may feel that that's true. You got to publicly go out here and clear up all these lies and shit you said about me for me to accept any man's apology.
For him, Maj Touré is coming on in a couple of days. I love and support him. D1, I support him. I support so many young people. So for you, so the thing is that you got to get out of that thinking, man. That thinking that says, In order for me to succeed, I got to take him down. I got to go punch him in the mouth. I got to go and I got to tear him down. I got to expose the fraud. Why would you think that every successful black person who is self-made, who's able to get out here and really do something without the help of the white man, must be a fraud, or he must be an agent?
You're creating a parameter that no one said is true to debate someone from this false parameter. I'm going to say you like red flowers. I never said like red flowers. I don't care. I'm going to say you like red flowers, and I'm finna go and debate and show you how red flowers are wrong. But, bro, I never said I like red flowers. That's what you're doing with this generalized statements. Who the fuck you be talking to when you make these general statements? And when you have a specific situation with someone else, what's the reason to make general statements, bland statements like this, when you can deal with the actual merits of someone's argument? It makes you seem disingenuous. John Samuel said, straw man fallacy. There's no reason to bring this. What is the reason to bring this up? You like to create these because you have become accustomed to attacking people from these, which lets me believe that if you were in an actual debate with someone, this would be the route that you would do. And that shit wouldn't work with me.
Right. I mean, it'd be one thing if I received the benefit of being a fraud, of being an agent. Like if I was getting money from a corporation, that'd be great. Believe me, we could have built black business school branches all across the United States if I had.
Charlene Smith said projection. You're right.
Just a fraction of the amount of money corporations give to fake Negroes. I wish if I had a fraction of the money that the government gives for charter schools. We could build schools all over the country, but we don't take money from the government. I have never received a book deal from a corporation. I've never received a TV deal. I've never received a radio deal. Now Kwame got millions from the NBA, and I don't know what he did with the money. I wish I had got $64 million from white people to do what I do. That would have been great. So,
see how they talk fast when they say some shit to try to make somebody look bad, but there's really no way to make them look bad. Kwame got $65 million from the NBA. I wish I would have got $65 million from the NBA. This is an insinuation to say they had to work from the ground up. It wasn't given to me. It wasn't given to him. If Kwame Brown was goddamn if he was 6 feet tall like I am, he wouldn't have got the $65 million. If Kwame Brown was able to catch them alley oops from Kobe Bryant on the replays I saw today, they did not try to purposely paint him as a bad player. He wouldn't have never lasted. When you are a real bust, you don't go to a second contract. You suck. Your contract is over. Get out of the NBA. Man lasted 12 years. So it's just a fucking fallacy to get you to feel a certain way that Kwame Brown didn't earn anything in life. If Kwame Brown didn't earn anything in life, he would have never played in the NBA, period. He just would have woke up one day and received a check for $65 million fucking dollars. This is bullshit, bro. Like, I'm really disgusted, man. Like, this is really One Punch Man shit for real.
So my position is, how is it that I can be as authentic as I can possibly be? I come on here every day and talk to black folks and help them as much as I can. But yet somehow people just assume that because I am able to succeed without the white man's help, I must be a fraud.
You see how he creates these like ghost enemies and debate them from it? People feel I do this. You know what I'm saying? They feel I didn't get the money from this right here. They feel, who the fuck is he talking to? What does it got to do with Kwame Brown? You see how people change the subject? He's desperately trying to find a subject he is good at debating from. If we debated in real life, I wouldn't let him do it. I would call him out immediately. My brother, who the fuck are you talking to? I'm not trying to sound like a gangster. I'm not saying you're not talking to me. I'm saying I didn't have these ideas, so I'm trying to understand literally who the fuck are you talking to. I'm just saying how people come to me and they do this right here. Who does this, Dr. Boyce Watkins? What does this have to do with Kwame Brown?
Must be fake, or because I brought his name up first. Kenneth, that's a good question. I'm gonna start by responding to Kenneth's question. Kenneth says, you brought his name up first. Anybody who goes back, again, I'm only talking to the people who really want to know the truth. I'm not talking to the, hey.
Now, this is great. I hope it's great. I never saw this part, but he looked like he about to get into some details. So this is great.
The crazy people and the people that just want to see a beef. I know y'all love to see black men take each other out. Maybe that's what you grew up with. I'm talking to people who want to know the truth. Most people who went back and watched the original video that I did about Kwame saw nothing wrong with that.
This is what fucks you up. If you like the clip people stuff, you have my permission to clip my video. Because this is a good time to clip my video. He's right. I'm not being sarcastic. He is literally right. He said nothing but good stuff about Kwame Brown in that first video. He actually talked for about 9 minutes about Kwame Brown, saying nothing but good things. Guess what those good things were? His ideology, his viewpoints. The establishment is going to come down and take Kwame Brown out because he's speaking against him. There's just one problem. Why would you say all of these great things about a man who, in a separate video we discussed yesterday, you said you didn't know these things about? You said the only thing you knew of him is that he played basketball. He wasn't good at basketball. And he says immature things roasting people. But in order to clear up and make yourself look good on this one, you got to admit that you watched him and you knew more. And you knew of the things that he was talking about. You know how fucking stupid you look? You look stupid because you assume black Americans are stupid. In order to save you, you have to now point these people who you told you knew nothing about Kwame Brown, except for he makes jokes and sucked at basketball. You got to point them to the video that contradicts what you motherfucking said. And you want people to think that you're 7'6" tall when it comes to intellect? Fuck up out of here, nigga. Finish him.
Ron Artest, who played in the NBA, went on Hip Hop Uncensored and said, "I don't think Dr. Boyce was attacking Kwame."
Fallacy. Other people came on taking up for him. Who cares what Ron Artest thinks? Why does Ron Artest is to go all be all for how we determine how we can look at what both of you guys said and form our own opinion?
He went out of his way to say that. Who is it? Jason Whitlock said, those are only two people, but there's plenty of others who are like, you didn't attack him. Like, why does he feel like you attacked him? And I said,
say those others. Last time you did this example, you said Ron Artest. You said someone, you didn't say anybody else. You come on this video, the only example you give is Ron Artest. You're not saying anybody else. Say him. I'm an evidence guy.
I don't know. I think he feels like everybody's attacking him, and then people, and the weird thing is that people are repeating what Kwame said. There is no logic behind it. It's only like emotion. It's like, well,
okay, that's a claim. People are repeating what Kwame said. There's no logic, only emotion. Great. Follow your claim up. There's no logic. There's only emotion. A critical thinker would want to follow that up. I swear to you, I've never made it this far in this video.
You snitched. What did I snitch on? Like, I didn't snitch. I repeated public information.
Oh, let me ask y'all something. Did Kwame say he snitched? Because I think Dr. Boyce Watkins saw my video. I call him a snitch for saying that when people talked to him in private, he went back. Did Kwame come out and call him a snitch for saying that? I'm about to do the Reebok. I'm the one who said that. Did you secretly watch my video and tell on yourself? Did Kwame say this about him? Kwame didn't say this. So you talking about me. You saw my video, Dr. Boyce Watkins. I called you a snitch because I said that if people who friends with Kwame Brown came to you in private, they don't want you sharing this news publicly, so that makes you a snitch. I called you a snitch. Kwame Brown didn't call you a snitch. Y'all ever seen that movie Primal Fear when Edward Norton played the guy with two personalities? And at the end of the movie, he's supposed to be the little stuttering guy, but he messed up and he was the real serial killer version of him. And he said, "It was me, boy. It was me. I did it. It was me, boy. I called you a snitch." Oh, man, you're getting confused. I told y'all he's not a critical thinker. I told y'all he's not quick on this. He's not quick with it. He's not quick. You didn't accuse Kwame Brown of something that I did. I called you a snitch, boy. It was me. It was May.
He put the N word in his title, and I said, you may not want to put the N word in your title because YouTube will take your videos down. I say this as a guy who's been taken down many times by YouTube, right? So it's not like I informed YouTube of their algorithm. And this is where I can't tell. I mean, if you choose, and don't get me wrong, you ain't got to be intelligent to be here. But if you just want to be stuck on stupid, I can't help you.
That's his go-to. That shit would make me fall asleep if I debated him. His go-to is, if you don't agree with me, you dumb and you stupid. Because it's easier to just dismiss you than have to hear the merits of your argument. And there's nothing else I can say today. My voice sounds boring because he says it so much it's boring.
I can help people that choose to want to be as ignorant as possible. When you choose to reject and ignore logical information, I don't know what to say to you. So the most direct I can be on any of this is to say, if Kwame wants to debate me, I will come to his channel. If he's on
Kwame Brown, go live and say, I told you to leave me alone. You keep messing with me. I respond to you. I'm not even responding to you no more. There's a guy. He has a YouTube channel by the name of It's Been Real. And I put money. He destroy your ass in a debate. Just do that, Kwame Brown. Do that. I'll be your Doc Holliday. I'll take my little cup and flip it around. I'll flip my little cup round in Ringo face. Hold on. What my Doc Holliday versus Ringo cup at? I'll flip my little cup round in his face. He did already this evening. Shout out to Kwame, man. No, I know Kwame said he don't want to debate him. I'm saying send him my way. I'll do it for you.
comfortable with me coming to his channel, he can come to mine. And let's debate it. Ask me any question you have. Every single issue. Again, just being, if you want to be thorough, every single issue you accuse me of. Boyce is an agent. Boyce is this. Boyce is a fraud. Blah, blah.
So he's setting up subjective opinions because there's no way you can prove a subjective opinion is a fact. Boyce is an agent. You can prove somebody an agent. An agent isn't real. It's not like we're saying you work for the government and you're a real FBI agent or whatever. It's a term that Black Americans use that you're on the inside and you're working against us. You know, it's subjective. And by the way, Kwame Brown, just for the record, said that he never in any video said that he called him an agent. So he's setting up false parameters for this debate. You come on my program and then you accuse me of these things and then you prove me what you... That's not a debate, bro. That's not a debate. Come on, bro.
Fine. Ask me, bring it up. Like, just say, hey, I heard that I heard that you like to have sex with donkeys on Tuesdays. No, bro, I don't sleep with donkeys. I know somebody probably told you that and it's usually,
yeah, who's immature now?
somebody, it's there are people that, just so you know, if you want to know the honest to God truth, there are people where you help them, like Yvette Carnell. I helped the shit out of Yvette Carnell. My God, Yvette had no platform when Yvette reached out to me. It was in 2000.
Yeah, man. If I was Yvette, I wouldn't want them saying that shit. Come on. You wonder why people call you an elitist?
2012, she said, Dr. Watkins, can you share my article? I said, sure, I would help a sister out. No problem. I put her stuff up there. I let her use my YouTube.
If Dr. Boyce Watkins helps you out, he's going to remember it forever and he's going to call it out. So I just want everybody to be aware of this
channel. And for whatever reason,
someone said he's snitching again. Hey, I want you to accuse Kwame Brown. The person said you snitched again was Drew McFarquhar. And I'm the person that said you snitched the first time. Just so you get the right people, you won't blame everything on Kwame Brown.
Yvette has been mad at me for a while, and I think it had to do. It's the split kind of started with the Farrakhan thing. I wasn't going to tolerate this.
Oh, someone mad at you, and you're bringing up how you helped them out from the ground up. How convenient. You a fucking joke, bro. Like, you know how many
disrespect to Farrakhan on my platform. I did not like what she said, and so I just kind of parted ways. But we're breaking Brown, the platform she uses to this day. My accountant has 6 years of not my account. I'm sorry, my assistant has years of receipts, and she said, do they know how much money we paid Yvette all those years? Do they know how And so a lot of times when you hear somebody that's just railing,
hey, you snitching about the money and shit behind the background, bro. God, I wouldn't let Dr. Boyce Watkins walk me across the street. Yeah, and John Real didn't see the lights, and I tried to tell him about the lights, and if it weren't for me, he would have got ran over by a motherfucking car. Like, God, man, you a real snitch for real.
Like, oh, Boyce is this and Boyce is that. These are people who sat by and took money from me for many, many years, who were paying their bills from money that I was giving them.
And what does it have to do with anything? Get to the fucking point. What is you helping all these people out got to do with anything?
Like for many, many years. It may not have been a lot of money because we didn't have a lot of money, but I hooked up a lot of black people. So a lot of times when you have somebody that's just out here screaming and hollering, it might be something that typically it might be something where I saw you treating another black person unfairly and I did not like it and I parted ways from you. Like Michi X, that's what happened. She violated her contract. We had a contract, an NDA, all.
So now you're just going to say all of these different occurrences of how you fell out with other black people. Yeah, that's going to help people see you in the light. So let me put it together, because I be saying this shit in relationships. Like, you ever had you be in a relationship with a girl, or I don't be sexist girl, you in a relationship with a guy. You'll say they did this, they did that, but they look at it as three separate things. They're not looking at it as a climate of all three things put together. So if we take this video alone, you started this video off saying how because of the Asian guy, it made you, as you some fucking slave, you had to fire 3 black people. So an Asian guy made you fire black people, and then now you're going to give us a spiel of how you fell out and had to get rid of other black people. And through this right here in your immature actions and discussions, you somehow feel this is going to make us dumb 90% of black Americans go back into your graces and like you again. Fuck up out of here, nigga.
All this stuff. She is a person that will get in your face and cuss you out and go crazy. And she was doing that to other people. I did not like it. I said, you cannot come around here treating other black people like this. This is intolerable. So I'm not dealing with you no more. So I stopped returning the calls and she got mad, and so now it's like,
allegedly,
oh, Boyce is a fraud. Boyce is this, Boyce is that. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Just keep going. Just stay away from me. Right. And that's pretty much what it is. And I think that what happens on the internet is that when you get a lot of people that have mental health issues, maybe they're just mad. Racism makes a lot of people mad. Racism makes a lot of black folks frustrated. That's where crabs in a barrel.
None of the things he said in the past 7 minutes have anything to do with Kwame Brown, but we're going to hear him out.
Stuff comes from is that we're all pissed off because the white man's got his foot on all of our necks, right? As a community, he's got his foot on our necks. You have people that somehow feel that in order for me to succeed, I got to take you down. I got to not I got to take down the white man. It's like, I got to take that and go down right there. That nigga.
Now, this is important to me. I know I've been trying to make stuff humorous and whatever, but y'all, if you saw my last video, there are times that like, oh, we got to get 1,000,000% serious. And when people start talking like this. And so this is one of the times I'm 1,000,000% serious. We all have a way that we feel and we think that can help our community. Once you meet the merit of teaching young black men and women the incorrect way to go that will harm their life on how to deal with situations on that particular subject, you are the enemy. I stress on that particular subject. I don't look into Boyce Watt's finances and all the things he says that he helped people. On those points, if what he says is true, Dr. Boyce Watkins is not the enemy. He helping people. On how you deal with situations, on if you're going to go out here and lie on another black man and totally avoid it, you're not even putting the videos on private to purposely create a false narrative. They're all public for us to see every contradicting statement that he made to falsely paint another black man into a light. When you purposefully do stuff like this, if people follow those footsteps and everybody start to do what you do, which a lot of us are doing now, especially when you're talking about true crime content, not true crime, but black YouTubers, like, it can hurt us. I don't want it to hurt us. So on this particular topic and what you're doing, you are the enemy, Dr. Boyce Watkins. You're the enemy. You're telling people to create false parameters and to debate people from this false parameter instead of what they actually said. And you and I, if we both are critical thinkers, we know that that's wrong. And if you successfully got away with this, you're purposely teaching people the wrong way to do stuff. That makes you the enemy on this subject. So it's important for me to my motherfucking heart to show people that this ain't the right way. Only on this subject. I stress only on this subject because my mind is open. I would love nothing better than if you had a logical reason for everything I've ever said in this video. I would love to sit there and you say something so credible, I believe it, and I go, wow. I honestly never even looked at it from that way, Dr. Boyce Watkins. And you know what I'm saying? The fact that I came at you so hard on a false narrative, you goddamn right I'm finna go out here and apologize because, damn, that shit was how you just kicked it to me. That's beautiful. But I don't think I'm a dumbass. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that I think that what I feel is real. I think that you're emotional. I think that you didn't expect this kind of kickback. Like most of the people who fought with Kwame Brown didn't expect this kind of kickback. You didn't expect this kind of people to support him. He may got people who love roast. They don't give a fuck about none of the good shit he's saying. They just like the roast. But then you may got people like me who like that real shit. You may got people like me who care. My brain is open. The floor is yours. You can change anything. I don't believe you based upon the merit of the shit that you saying in all of these videos, my brother. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. But I'm open. So it ain't somebody trying to bring the black man down. I say this shit to my own kids. The people I date. I want to be wrong. I'm pessimistic. Let me be wrong. We good. I don't believe you. You need more people.
Big role. He's my enemy. Well, I'm not your enemy. You know, I don't want to be your enemy. I don't want.
You the enemy on this topic. You the fucking enemy. I don't want people to learn how to deal with situations like this. I don't want young black American men and women to do what you're doing right now.
To fight you. I'd rather
you the motherfucking enemy on this.
Collaborate and support you. You know, and so that
don't support nobody just because they skin black. Listen to the merits of their argument.
So I wanted to address kind of some of this directly. And the reason, honestly, to be quite frank with you, is because Kwame has a big platform. I mean, that brother knows how to he needs to like do something on stage or something because he's good. He's much more entertaining than me. I am not the cool guy.
He's still trying to paint it as only entertainment.
I'm not the entertaining guy.
You're the equivalent of the Democratic establishment who has not learned that the way you got votes in 1996 for Bill Clinton is not the same way you got votes in 2013 for Hillary Clinton. And you're the same as the establishment. You have not learned. You are stuck in your old ways, and you refuse to sit back and use critical thinking to see how do we get the youth, how do we get the people to open up to receive the information I want to give them. You are stubborn and stuck in your fucking ways.
You know, I'm not the guy that's going to tell you jokes. I don't have a catchy phrase like "Mama's cooking." You know, and I do have the B1 for.
Maybe that's why they're not listening to you.
Philosophy, but I like to believe there's substance there. I'm not going to give you no mama's cooking. I'm not going to give you something that's going to make you laugh. I'm going to give you something that's going to help you grow. My goal is to help you become better at what you do. You know, I don't even care. You know, I think I saw somebody else that had a rumor that I think Kwame. I did see. Here's the problem. I'm gonna tell you to be honest, God, truth. I don't
listen. He about to fuck himself up. Listen, I can hear it coming. I swear I didn't make it this far in my backyard to this. I can hear it. I've learned this motherfucker tinks and ways he goes. I said tinks. I love his little tinks. Here come a tink.
Watch all his videos all the way through. It's just crazy energy. I don't want a part of that. I haven't really seen many of them. What I really see.
I haven't really seen many of them. I don't watch his videos all the way through. Yet I'm going to sit on a platform and tell you that all he do is joke.
is what people are saying. You know, well, Kwame said that this, and this. And I'm like, but that's not true. I don't understand that, you know. And so little things don't bother me. Like if you spread a rumor that I'm broke, that doesn't bother me, because when a person has money, they don't need to prove to people that they have money. Like that's a bad move anyway. I don't want to prove to you got money.
You're so hell bent on proving your intelligence though, because that's the one thing that you fall back on. I couldn't run. I wasn't a jock. I wasn't cool in high school, but I got this intelligence. Oh, I'm gonna toss this shit out here, and I hope it's like a shield, because if I just put it up, they'll believe it. I don't want a real motherfucking intelligent person to come at me though. I'll just be quiet and toss them to something they really don't believe in.
It doesn't make me a better person. It doesn't make me a nicer guy. Right? Me having money, I'm comfortable with the money that I have.
Awesome. I'm glad you got money. You got a nice, beautiful wife. Y'all got the little kids y'all raising together. I'm not the one that need to chop down your whole life and say everything you do bad. I'm only going to point out the bad things you do. I don't need to cut down every single thing in your life. I think it's awesome to see a black man with money. I just think it's horrible how you fucking go about to try to chop people down without even looking into people. No problem with you having money, my brother.
I bought a luxury car 2 weeks ago. Like I'm
awesome. Awesome. That shit smell good. Awesome. Great. Made you smile. You ain't struggling for money. That's great. I'm not one of the ones that need to chop down everything you do, but it would be nice if you can get back on subject, my brother.
Okay, right? But it's okay. What if I was broke? Fine. But why does that matter? Why would it matter? Or I would see somebody else say, well, look, his YouTube video only had this many views on it. I kind of want to talk to people that understand that blackness is more than a popularity contest. I'm not really here to be popular. I wasn't popular.
All right, this nigga lying to y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I said from the beginning of my video, I want to teach people how to debate and articulate what they say. If I'd have went live tonight and said that Papa Smurf challenges I don't know, the other Smurf, Dingy Smurf or Gargamel to debate, I destroyed him. No one will watch this video. No one will watch it. I chose the most popular people that people are going to click on and look into to get them to come here so I can teach my message. He is motherfucking lying to you. If he's not lying to you, he doesn't care to be effective. And if he doesn't care to be effective, he is not anyone you should listen to, because we all should teach our youth and our children, and anything you do in life, you should care to be effective. You want that girl? I'm going to teach you the most effective way to go get it. You want that job? I'm going to teach you the most effective way to go get it. You know, either don't give a fuck, which paints him as irrelevant, or he's dumb.
Popular in high school. I've never been popular my whole life. I've always pissed people off. If you go back, you can go back 25 years. That's when I started writing my first articles about black people, doing my first TV stuff or whatever. I've always pissed everybody off. And being in my position is tough, because you're pissing off white people who don't support you on any level. And then you piss off like about 80% of the black people who are used.
I need more context. These are general statements, because a lot of white people may like it if you go out and only paint articles to piss black people off. So I don't know how to go. And from the generic statements you're saying, I don't know how one leads to white people just hating you because you're putting out articles that piss black people off. Elaborate on that, bruh. You said if people ask you questions, you know, you elaborate. I'm asking you a question. You showed you watched my last video by falsely accusing Kwame Brown of saying you're a snitch when I'm the only one who called you a snitch.
To some sort of weird dysfunction. A lot of the stuff that a lot of black folks are into, I'm not into. Like you think somebody's a black leader because they're on TV. No, I'm like, no, that's just a guy that white people put on TV. Or you think that a comedian is relevant because he tells these jokes. I'm like, no, he's a stupid drug addict who just makes you laugh. So you somehow think that.
Dr. Boyce Watkins supporters, this your king? This your king who just said a bland general statement that a successful comedian is a drug addict? No context. No nothing. This your king. You proud right now of how he going about this situation. I'm looking in my chat. I welcome you with open arms as my loving brothers and sisters. I would love to hear your opinion. This your king? Show me how this makes sense. Every time he goes on a tangent about how he feels in general about Black Americans in any category is always negative. Right hand. In the left hand, he says that only 10% of them are critical thinkers. Throw 90% away, and then every time he talks in general about Black Americans, it's negative. This your king. I'm not trying to make nobody laugh. I'm not joking. I'm not talking loud. This shit hurt my feelings. Salamander looking ass nigga.
That person's important, or a rapper. I'm like, no, he's rapping about murdering Black people. I'm not going to support that, right? So I've never been a guy who's been able to have popularity. In fact, I was very surprised that so many people liked what I was saying from the beginning, because I tend to serve things cold. I tend to be very direct, very raw. I don't have a lot of space for.
I like cold. I like direct. I love it. I don't want to be confused. Don't come around me unsure. Tell me how you feel. The problem I have with you is when you say these general assertions, you never follow it up with evidence or any supporting statements. How does that make you any different than anybody can do that? What makes this critical about how the way you feel and the way you think? Anybody can say any fucking thing.
Or people that choose to want to be ignorant and backward, because I don't think we have a lot of time. I think that in this life, your life is short, and you either gonna do the fucking shit or
you love ignorance. If you know that you made a video where you said you watch what Kwame Brown does and you like the talking points he does, and you agree with him on stuff, and you've been saying stuff way before he said it, and then you make another video saying that none of that shit happened, and you just know he played basketball and he says stupid, immature stuff that pushes you away, that you never looked into him, you're only catering to an ignorant audience. You're hopeful that they don't go supply themselves with knowledge of this specific situation. You want them to remain ignorant. That is the only way they'll believe what you're saying on this particular video, because you switch it up every video. You talk as if ignorance is a bad thing, but the audience you're catering to, you're catering towards ignorant people that you deem the top 10%.
you're not, and so I would say with a Kwame, I'd say, come on, bro. Okay, if you're a man, you will sit down and you will either talk to me in public or in private. But when you're talking about someone but won't talk to them, that.
Shout out to my man Kevin Leroy. Shout out to my man Kevin Leroy. Let me rewind this back. So, but when I play it the second time, I want y'all to imagine that Dr. Boyce Watkins is talking to himself. We're gonna play this back, but this time imagine he's talking to himself and not Kwame Brown.
Or in private. But when you're talking about someone but won't talk to them, that indicates that you have a fear of talking to me directly. And
he said if you talk about somebody but you don't talk to them directly, it indicates you have a fear of talking to them directly, right? And then the first video he came out, he said because he jokes and says this silly stuff, he really hadn't looked into him, and it's not nobody that he really wants to talk to, right? But then he came out on this video and showed you, he said there's no way he can get in contact with him, right? He says he's too busy. He don't even know how to get in contact with other celebrities. When it came to Ice Cube had to get in contact with him. He couldn't even get in contact with Ice Cube. Listen to what he just said. And then he comes on this latest video, earlier in the same video, and lists a billion ways he could have contacted Kwame Brown, but he neglected not to do it. Just like the last video, I'm going to say it in this video. You can chop up Dr. Boyce Watkins and make him debate himself. This your king.
And I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not going to bang on you. I'm not trying to come get you. I just want to understand. I'd love to just sit there and say, tell me, what is the frustration? What are you so mad about? What did I do? What did I do to you? And if whatever I did, let me go ahead and just be the first to say, look, man, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I apologize. Now let's get to the heart of this. Let's figure out how I can support.
One problem, and you may need to know this for real, because your ego is so big. All right. You don't get to decide when another man should drop everything. You sound disingenuous when you say, I'm sorry. Now let's get to the other stuff. Maybe that man has to process the amount of lies and contradictions and things you've put out here to assassinate his character. It would seem like someone is an elitist if they just feel like, I'm sorry, come on. Come on right now, let's go and be friends right now. And they can't comprehend that a person may not be ready to jump when they say jump because the world don't revolve around them. Just maybe. Just maybe.
For you in terms of telling you how to use your platform in a productive way. I think I could be beneficial in that way. So anyway, let me read a couple more questions. Now, somebody says, now you're calling him feminine when you invoked his name first. See, Dave Anderson's comment, that's the kind of stuff where people, and it's funny he has a picture of Biggie because that's how Biggie got killed. It's because of instigators, people that want to see the beef, people that want to take the worst interpretation of somebody's words. And that's another thing, that I would say is that if somebody...
I'm damn near begging for you to help me out with this shit you saying. Please. I will jump on this live so fast and correct every insinuation or mistake I ever made. I just don't believe you, bruh.
Is deliberately misconstruing everything you say, taking the energy that you intend and flipping it into something that you didn't intend at all. I don't even waste time debating with you because you've already made your decision up. I'd rather talk to people who are like, okay, well, I'm a little bit concerned about this. Can you explain that? Because I really want to find a way to understand this, right? And
I didn't even intend to laugh. I can't help it. Like, what the fuck? I can't help it. Hey, me. I'll be your huckleberry boy. Me, I'm the guy you talking about.
And also, I think that people should not have to make a choice. I think it's ego that causes men to say either choose me or choose him. Because I don't think you can see any of us can see how the black community can win when people like us on, who are on pretty much a bunch of people running their mouths on YouTube. When people like us tell you to make a choice, like it's either me or him,
Kwame Brown never said make a choice. Kwame Brown never spoke to his audience, period. He spoke directly to you. Kwame Brown said, could you please leave him alone? Could you please stop making videos saying his names? Shout out to Plenty Water. Boys don't care about facts. He just wants his name to be in circulation. That's how he gets soft. He also deletes questions and chats that challenge himself. Guys, you will never see me in nobody chat. Not nobody I'm not rocking with. Like you would never care. If somebody in chat and they got my name, it ain't me. And Dr. Boyce Watkins chat. I don't do that. I don't put myself in a lesser position of power to give somebody power over me. Look at me, delete my comment, and start running off talking shit about me. I don't do stuff like that.
No, I mean, I'll draw a line in the sand in terms of telling you who I am and what I believe, and that's it. But I'm not a person that's going to tell you that you can't love both of us at the same time. All right, so let me see here. let's see, he stepped on his toes in the public eye and he's hurt. Yeah, that might be it. I think hurt. Usually when you see people that are lashing out a lot, it's because they're hurt. And I get hurt. I mean, my God, it's very hurtful when you say, gosh, I wanted to be your friend. Like, what's going on here? Can't we?
You might honestly be suffering from that though. I don't like doing that. Like when you say somebody got like a mental illness or some shit like that, like he does. But if you can't see these blatant mistakes that you made, you possibly do need to talk to somebody. If this is your version of trying to be somebody's friend, you have painted. You have basically painted. If someone only listened to your narrative of what you said about Kwame Brown is basically a buck dancing coon that's running around here trying to say your mama jokes. If someone was to follow your rhetoric. And then they're going to be confused when they go over there. I used to follow a YouTuber. He said all this stuff about this other guy. They trash him every single day. And I'm sitting over there, I'm just laughing. The jokes are funny. And then one day I said, let me go to this other guy's channel. I clicked on this other guy's channel, and I was fucking confused. I just saw this intellectual shit. I was like, wait a minute, something wrong. Let me click on another one. I'm clicking on all these videos. I had to reach the guy in private. I'm like, yo, why is this popular YouTuber making all these harmful videos about you? You're nothing like I thought you was. He reached out to me with intelligence. He was like, you know what, man, I got a bigger objective to do. I'm over here doing my thing. I'm like, well, now that I know you're a cool person, I feel bad that he talking shit about you like this. Why don't you defend yourself? He said, I got other shit to do. But he got like millions of subscribers right now. He know who I'm talking about. Real popular dude. They ain't calling no names out. If people listen to you, the person that's at Kwame Brown's channel is not the person that you're painting. I don't know any other way to say it. You told people he liked the roast and buck dance and do all this stuff. You went live. This is your live right now. When you did this live, he went live and he driving in his car and he's saying like, yo, bro, just leave me alone. Just stop talking about me. Even though he said this in multiple videos before, he begging you to stop talking about him. You keep doing it.
Fix this. Like maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I said something that got misinterpreted, but I'd like to work that out. And it becomes this, it becomes what it is. I think it's kind of silly. What battle are you fighting, Doc? Man, I've been fighting a lot of battles, man. I have, believe me, it's very hard to do this by yourself. I get support from a small core of Black people who believe what I believe. And if you're in that category, I love you for that. I appreciate you for that. Because believe me, it is a very lonely fight. Every month I pay over $100,000 a month to Black people, right? So anybody who says I have no money, that's just not true. I just don't brag about it. But literally, I pour a lot of money into the Black community. I don't talk about it. I've supported Black schools, done everything I can to be productive and supportive. And that's fine. I mean, when you're the elder.
Same as the last video. Why would you let everything you've ever done go to waste? All of this positive stuff you claim you've done. I have to say claim because I don't know. You could be telling the truth. You could be lying. I'm literally ignorant of the facts. So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. If you did all of this amazing stuff, look at your reputation right now, my brother. Look at how you destroying your own channel. Look at how you turning people away and seeing how you act. How immature you're acting, and they don't want to hear shit you gotta say. If what you're saying is true and how you help people, imagine the people you can help in the future if you drop your pride. You mean to tell me that you have over 200-something thousand subscribers and not anybody close to you ever said, I gotta be real with you, man. Kwame is not just roasting and saying jokes. See? Ooh, you almost just got me with that gaslighting. That's me trying to be nice to you, giving you the benefit of the doubt until I fucking realize you already have a video admitting that he does more than roasting. He says intelligent things that you agree with. I can't even help you out. I can't even be nice to you because your videos tell on yourself. Fuck you, bruh.
which I guess I am. I'm 49. I'm almost 50. You just take it on. You're like, okay, I'll be the punching bag. All right, yeah, Dr. Boyce sucks. Everybody hates Dr. Boyce. Okay, fine. But but the thing is,
I can't even try to take up for him. I can't even.
I want to say also thank you to the people that love me, the people that believe in what we're doing, because you've been watching every day, I'm sure, and you can see in my eyes, you look me in my eyes, and I'm not here to make things up. I wish I had the life of some of these people that have all this money to do whatever they want to do, because I'm not in that category. Let's see here. Moving on. Let me see another question. Somebody says, why do you hate on blacks so much? I don't hate on blacks. I challenge black people to do better. Hello from London.
I want to challenge what you just said. All right. Every video I've ever played of you on my channel, and these are random. I have no idea what you're going to say. I don't know you like that. But when I play these videos, all I hear you saying is that black people only like this kind of person, negative, this kind of person, negative, negative, negative. If I were to play the clips of what I played on this channel, what you said about black Americans, they're the same regurgitated ideas that racist white people say about black Americans. That would be fine if you followed that up with ways to help, ways to change. You don't. You just say all these negative things about black Americans. You offer no help, no way, no kind of change. You just feel these negative things. And then the cherry on the cake is that you think 90% of them aren't critical thinkers in the first place. All right. I'll even answer a question before one of your supporters said, well, he said stuff way before that. So what about when new black Americans come up and they want to get some financial advice from you, and all they hear the same negative black American rhetoric that I've heard? People follow you all the time. I'm seeing new young black American men, YouTubers pop up every day. They don't know all these people. They don't know all these people talking points. I would never just want to spout something general and negative about any group of people without following that up with any kind of evidence or why I feel the way I feel. At no point. Because at no point, I don't want somebody to think I'm some fucking Uncle Ruckus out here that just feel this way about my people. At no point would I leave that uncovered like you do.
And hey, Valerie. Hey, Valerie from London. Black London has some of the coolest black people ever, and I love them. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. I just sat and watched a movie with my baby, and we curled up on the couch, and I get to be married to a beautiful black woman, and that softer side.
Shout out to your beautiful black wife, bro. It ain't nothing personal. I don't like your ideology. I support everything you're doing with your family, bro.
It really is good for you. I mean, just guys that are trying to process how you want to live your life with women, or why somebody would, get married or be committed or whatever. The best part is, like, sometimes you need that soft woman who's smart enough to understand what you're feeling, but also just got that soft side where you're not always feeling like you always got to go to war, So, like, she's the softest thing in the world. She smells good, and I can lay there. And it's really a place that I love. That's my mama's cooking. Like, that's where I like to be when you're trying to not become an asshole, because
you are an asshole. From what you say and what you do, has nothing to do with your wife. I love the fact that you have that heaven, that place that you can go to. I love the fact that you married someone that you're in love with. I'm not gonna shit on that at all. I don't need to shit on that. You got other bigger issues. From what I'm learning now, your personal life is golden. You got the girl of your dreams. You got the family. You're doing great. You can support this family financially. What does that have to do with the merits of what you're saying about Kwame, though?
You're dealing with so many assholes that exist out here in the world. Let's see here. Kenneth says, Boyce, you brought his name up first. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Your comment's not productive. Like, well, you this thing in the world. She smells good, and I can lay there. And
I'm going back to look at his hand. I want to look at his hand because I think that he just deleted this person or blocked this person. Wow. I'm looking at his hand.
So it's really a place that I love. That's my mama's cooking. Like, that's where I like to be when you're trying to not become an asshole, because you're dealing with so many assholes that exist out here in the world. Let's see here. Kenneth says, Boyce, you brought his name up first. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Your comment's not productive. Like, well, you said his name. That means you're bad.
Your comment's not productive.
Because you said his name. Well, he said my name a lot. So let's see here. Now, what you got against
Polo Tink? You can't say nothing on his channel. Y'all know what I'm doing when y'all hear these little clicks? Y'all know what I'm doing? The chat is going too fast. I'm not even reading your comments. I'm just approving them. I'm guessing y'all cussing and saying, because when you cuss, you can't nobody see your comment. I got to approve it. So the whole time I just been over here, click. I don't even know what you're saying, and I'm approving your comment. While this man didn't even say that. He didn't disrespect Dr. Boyce Watkins. He didn't do nothing. Click. You're not productive. But he don't want nobody to assume he's an elitist.
Kwame, I have nothing against Kwame. I swear I don't. Like I said, I would debate him. If he wants to debate me, tell him to call me. You can call Judge Joe Brown's people. They know me well. Call Jason Whitlock.
It seems that you want to debate. It seems like debating would be something of your realm. I don't think you would be great at a debate. I think that you want to put up the false I don't know the word I'm looking for, like a shield. You want to put it up that I'm the intelligent guy and Kwame's not known for it. So I want to try to intimidate Kwame, and I know he's not going to accept my challenge. He don't have to. Your method will only work if it's a YouTuber smaller than you. If YouTuber bigger than you, he has the higher ground. He literally can go on live tomorrow if he wanted to and just laugh and clown at you. And you're still going to get the same massive amount of dislikes if we're just looking at not solving issues, but just being dicks to each other. You know what I'm saying? To be effective. You know what I'm saying? I had to ask myself when I was driving today, like, how much do I care about my morals over being effective? Would I come out here and lie on someone? Would I knowingly lie on someone on purpose if I knew that I'm more popular and it can make them look worse? I would not. It's not that important to me. You know, you're what you're trying to do. You're preying on people's ignorance, Dr. Boyce Watkins. You want to debate. You made the video about debating. Kwame said, leave him alone. You're setting it up, and after you're setting it up, you're saying he needs to find a way to contact you so he can come on your platform. All the views be on your platform, and then he asks you the subjective questions about an opinion that he has, and has to somehow, you can't prove an opinion to be fact. So you can claim some kind of mental victory over him, even though this is not a debate. You didn't think people like me existed, and if so, I would not make a live video calling your ass out on every specific term.
That's a mutual friend we have, or you can call Eton Thomas that you played with at the Washington Wizards. Eton is a buddy of mine. He will connect us. I don't have Kwame's phone number. If I did, I would call him. So if
he don't have yours,
he wanted me to call him, I could call him. If he wants to call me, they all have my permission to give him my phone number. He can call me anytime he wants. All
right. And I hope you're clear after today that at least someone in your inner circle saw the live he put up where he said he doesn't want to debate you. He doesn't want to talk to you. He just wants you to leave him alone. Stop talking about him.
I'd be very happy. Somebody says, what? You started it. See, that type of stuff, that's very immature. It's like that's a childlike statement, because it wasn't a matter of starting. All right,
I'll make that immature statement to be mature. It doesn't matter who started it. It's kind of hard to end a feud in a war when one side is still shooting at the other side. It's kind of hard for the two generals to come up and try to solve anything if you're still shooting to try to kill the other person. And that's what you're doing with every lie and contradiction in each video you put out. So I hope in that way it's more mature for you.
I didn't start anything, so let's not go there. That's silly. Why are you getting into Kevin Samuels' lane? I don't think black love is anybody's lane. And also, I think that that when you hear, I tell you what, and maybe people, I think it's unfortunate we got to the point where we have a community that thinks you're simping because you have a heart for the black woman. I don't know where that came from. It's as bad as when hip hop started calling women bitches and hoes.
I agree with Dr. Boyce Watkins on this right here. I'm not down with that whole dissing black women shit. And And that's why I say I have my own free thinking brain. I don't ride with anybody. I don't rock with any side. I have an opinion and I can intelligently state why I feel the way I feel. I'm not down with this whole goddamn let's gang up on fucking women shit.
It's the craziest thing in the world. And I have a heart for black women because as much as I respect Kevin Samuels and his intellect, and I would love to have a conversation with Kevin. Kevin's always welcome to come in. I'd love, again, I believe in doing things man to man. Like, let's get face to face. Let's ask each other the hard questions and let's give each other the answers so we can smooth it out and figure things out. But anyway, with Kevin, I think when he told that lady she was going to die alone, I didn't feel like that was the right usage of words because it's very depressing. Like, people kill themselves when people say stuff like that to them. People literally, like, if that girl had gone home and slit her wrists because he killed any ounce of hope that she had of happiness in her life, we'd feel terrible about that. I hope we would. And sure, maybe she wasn't where she needed to be. Maybe she needed some help, but I think there's got to be a better way to help, and so I happen to be married to a relationship therapist. I
have to do a whole nother video about Kevin Samuels because I think that Kevin Samuels is not a person that I'm going to paint you this way. I think there's a lot of nuances that's going on there. I really liked Kevin Samuels when I first heard him. And then I kept watching and I really hated Kevin Samuels after I kept watching him. Started seeing some contradictions and things. And then I really looked into him and then I really asked myself some questions. The way he talking to this person, would I have been mad at Kevin Samuels if it was a drill sergeant? I was in the military. Drill sergeants talk to us even worse. Drill sergeants tore us down to build us back up. If he claims that he's a life coach or he's trying to help you in this particular field where he's going to help you out relationship-wise, he's going to break you down to build you back up. So I hate what he's saying right here, but let me watch this clip back and let me pretend that Kevin Samuels is a drill sergeant. And when I did it that way, I felt differently. So I felt that the best way to approach Kevin Samuels is not on a generic basis, is on a specific idea or a specific topic or maybe a specific video. There's a specific video I can watch where I'm like, well, people gonna think that's bad, but that's actually good. And then there's a specific video where I see hateful comments and everything coming from people, and I don't think that this woman deserve it. So I'm not gonna throw a Kevin Samuels video in the middle of this right here. I think that it requires more than just say someone is doing this, so I'm gonna do that. And I think that's what we need. We need to be detailed. We should care to be detailed. We should not care to put people to a big blanket statement and attack them from that blanket statement. So that'll be on another time. Also, I just noticed I got some chats. Shout out to Donald Gibson. Enjoyed viewing tonight. Appreciate that. Lorraine Sims, I appreciate that as well. And Miss Wisdom. Big hugs to all three of you guys.
Who has some solutions that people might want to consider that are a little more empathetic.
But if you guys would like for me to break down a Kevin Samuels video, I'll be more than happy to, the same way I do everybody else. Let me know.
I think that, with the Kevin Samuels thing, I wish I didn't see, like, if you look at the last 10 videos, every video, the thumbnail is of a black woman. It's black women of this, modern women of that, modern women thinks this, single mama thinks that. And it's
all right, I never made this far, and I think we may need to end this video because if he gonna go off on Kevin Samuels and other things that may be in other videos, then we are done here. I thought when I was in the backyard, he went into more depth about how he was this not popular guy in high school. I heard that we have already played a small section where he mentioned that. I wanted to really speak on that, but you know what? I saw Kwame Brown's video first, and then I saw his live. So his live had been up for a while, so maybe he gets onto that towards the end. Let me skip around.
I hate it because I wouldn't have a problem debating him. I respect the fact that it seems to me that if he had more guidance on certain things, we might be able. I think we should challenge that. Sure, absolutely. But if you're going to challenge it, you got to challenge the mothers and the fathers. Is that too logical for you? Like Abigail Diaz. I'm going to pull you up on the screen. So I'm just trying to understand. And you're a woman who said you may not. And I'm wondering, are you really a person? Like what woman?
And this is what I'm saying about being your own thinker when people are supposed to be on the side. I'm not going to go into details on this topic because I think it's disrespectful to Kwame Brown and it's disrespectful to Dr. Boyce Watkins because they only said a little bit. I want to wait to hear somebody go all the way in But on the little generic topic I'll say on this, don't date a single mother, is fucking stupid and bananas to me. I don't know. Maybe it could make sense if we talking about younger guys. Man, like, come on, bro. We like, I'm 41 years old. Dr. Boyce Watkins, what, 50 years old? Kwame Brown, 39. What? Like, the people in our age, these motherfuckers, women gonna have kids. Some women gonna have grandkids. Like, are we really gonna say fuck all women that got kids? Again, I don't want to go too deep on this topic because it's disrespectful, because I'm gonna have to assume that someone is only taking one way and it's not any nuances to the way that they're taking it. And I don't want to do that to another brother. I want to hear their ideas fleshed completely out before I speak on it. But there's a lot of rhetoric where people are like, I'm not finna fucking shun no goddamn woman in her goddamn 30s and 40s and 50s above because they got a goddamn kid. Are you crazy?
Would go and attack single mothers without even knowing why she became a single mother in the first place. Do you know how many times how many mothers there are out here who genuinely, legitimately loved the man who got them pregnant and genuinely like wanted to marry him?
And that's the fault I don't want to fall into. What if there's deeper nuances that I didn't hear in this argument? I want to hear that. My brain is open to hear that. So scratch anything I got to say until I hear everybody's idea fleshed out.
And could not marry him because the man because standard families. I think that's okay. I think it's fine to say that, but you must.
K Daisy said those are outlines. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Those are outlines. I'm more than happy to wait to hear the details. Nuances is vital. Yeah, I'm wait. I have no problem. I don't want to accuse nobody or nothing. It's just that fucking general premise sound crazy to me, bruh. And then it sound crazy to me because it's like women not having kids with women, goddamn it. You know, where you see a single mother, there's a goddamn single father. She had them with somebody.
Let's see. What do you think about Ford stock? Candace Owens ain't no black leader. No, she's not. I'm not a fan of Candace Owens. Let's see here. Ask the question. If you want me to, because I have stood up for the black man. I stand up for pride and integrity being restored to the black man. I stand up for the black man not being seen as a coon and a clown. I stand up for the black man who wants to rise up and become.
Yo, these are great. Maybe in the Kwame Brown situation, he flusters you, and because this is not the Boyce Watkins that I'm seeing of when you say these points right here. Other people have come into my chat and said that you are like this all the time. I'm not gonna say that because I haven't seen you all the time. They're saying this is how you normally are. That'll be fucked up if that's true. But even if you're not, even if you're this great guy and this is an offshoot, you suck at dealing with stuff on the spot. You suck at being critical, and you lie. You are a liar, and like it takes a lot for me to call a man a liar. But for you to say these things that you know about Kwame Brown, for you to say that you purposely went to Kwame Brown and you studied him, and then you come on and say you don't know shit about him. There's no other word for me to use where I actually feel comfortable calling you a liar. And that's sad, bro, because it's going to take away from all the other things you possibly could lend to help out the black American community.
Having a standard. It means having a standard of effort that you put into your life in terms of being sturdy and solid for the people that care about you. It means coming to myself to be a king. I'm trying to be one. He's another Trumper. Who's a nut? Kwame's a Trumper? I didn't know he's a Trumper. I'm not a Trumper. If you know anything about my platform, you know that I'm B1. That means I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, or anything like that. I don't get caught up in all that. I don't get caught up in those white man's labels. You're the black.
I strongly agree with Dr. Boyce Watkins right here, and I strongly want to preach that I wish everybody wake up from these labels that they put on us. I grew up being a Democrat and a liberal, and what it does to the brain. I wish I had two things. I got an orange top, and I got my AirPod Pro case. Tell you what it does to the brain. You ever put two magnets together by the opposing end? Not the end that stick together, but the end that push away. That's what it does to dialogue. When you feel like you're on the left or a Democrat, or you feel like you're on the right or Republican, once you learn somebody's label, it's this feeling in your chest because you have this preconceived notion of where this person is going to come from, that you're like opposing magnets before you even know who the person really is. So I freed myself of all of those slave chains or whatever. I sit comfortably, and I have no problem talking to someone who feels like they lean right or or a Republican, or they lean left, or they are a liberal, the best thing to me, in my subjective opinion, a person can do is to drop themselves of these labels to open for real dialogue. And it also opens your brain. Instead of putting somebody to generic terms, you have no choice but to listen to the detailed merit of their argument that they are trying to make. And that's what I want to push. So I don't agree with any of these labels. I don't even like the label independent voter. You should not have a title if you are a human being. The analogy I used for that in my previous videos is I don't like the label of organic fruit. Why the fuck you got to give an apple a name? It's not an organic apple. It's a goddamn apple. It is a seed that grew up from the ground. It's just an apple. You want to put chemicals and all that shit into it? Give that motherfucker a name. Why that's called an apple, but when it lacks the chemicals and everything, it's organic. It's for a fucking reason, yo. So I agree with him on that. How the hell you get back in here when I block you? Just
black first, so you're not. If you're not black first, then I don't know. I'm not going to argue with you about Democrat versus Republican. I don't care about any of that nonsense. If you understand the system the way people like me understand it, it's like they're all using you. They're all manipulating you. It doesn't.
I agree with Dr. Boyce Watkins. They all are using you if you fall into that label thing. That's my opinion.
Doesn't mean I have a problem with my friends who are Trump supporters. I have a lot of good friends that are Trump supporters. I think I saw Angela Stanton in here earlier. Angela Stanton and I are very, very cool.
I don't like Candace Owens because of Candace Owens. Has nothing to do with her right wing or anything. I saw her freeze and fold, and when she was shown and she was backed into a corner that she could not get out of logically, she said, fuck logic, fuck evidence, and fuck proof. That's all I needed to see to be like, why should I listen to anything she say? If you want to know the argument I'm talking about, it's her on Joe Rogan's show. When they talked about global warming. And this is not for your political opinion on global warming. It's on how she dealt with the situation. She looked at Joe Rogan and said, I just don't look at evidence. I just got this opinion, and I don't want to hear nothing else that goes against everything that I preach to people. I preach to people that leave your viewpoint open and to hear new evidence. And if it logically, factually contrast what you believe, you should open yourself up to hear something new. She didn't do that. She said, nah, boo boo. I lost all respect. Has nothing to do with her political agenda.
And I support her right to vote for who she wants to. I never understood how we got to the point where a black person would label another black person based on who they think they voted for. You're more than who you voted for. And I think that that's kind of ridiculous to even think that way in the first place. All right, so let's see here. So many young people in here. SMH. Yeah, I hate to say that, but no, there's young people that really get it. I think Ben X is young. He's coming on tomorrow. I look forward to hearing what and then we both great opportunity for any. I'm gonna text Maj and remind him of this. Maj Touré has become behemoths. It can become crazy. Let's see here. Cause you used her, that's why she made Dr. Moist. I would say, well, what are you, Larry? It sounds like you a bitch up in the comments trolling people for a living. Like, what are you? Your feet. Instead of
so maybe that was all he said. Maybe I was tripping in my backyard. I thought he elaborated on how he wasn't the popular guy in high school, or maybe I missed it.
You ain't gonna try to take somebody down to get your shine. Like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna have what I got, and whatever I will do well.
The fact that Boyce Watkins is going to be fine is a problem, not because particularly Boyce Watkins, but I didn't know an answer when people were saying, well, why isn't Charlemagne the God canceled? I didn't know an answer back then. I didn't know an answer a couple weeks ago. I don't know an answer now, but I have a more stronger opinion of why I feel it. And how the fuck did this guy keep coming in my chat even when I block him? Hot user on this channel, and they come right back in here. But it ain't even hot in the comments. Like, where's it? Hide this motherfucker comments. Okay, there we go. I've done this already. How many fake accounts they gonna make at the end of a live? But this is my new opinion that why people aren't getting canceled. All right, we have no power as Black Americans. No one gives a damn if Black Americans are upset. If you can't make white people or anybody else upset, you're not going to get canceled. We may view Charlemagne or someone else, if you're only in the black community, as really, really big, but they don't view them that big. He not hurting them. They may, they may have heard of some little shit, but it's not nothing for them to really, really look into. Joe Rogan hasn't gone live. I'm not going to lie, but Joe Rogan hasn't went on his podcast and said, dude, that situation with Charlemagne, the girl actually spoke. And here are the details, because, when Charlemagne spoke about it, he was saying that he was exonerated from DNA. But look at this piece of paperwork that we have here, and here's Jessica Reed's mother, and here's this right here. And then they go from Joe Rogan show to this show to that show. That's when cancellation occurs. No one cares about black Americans. That's why people aren't getting it. So, we have evidence. We can go click on Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel and see where he really contradicted himself, and he really said things about Kwame Brown that were not true. It doesn't matter, because it's only inside of the black American community. So yeah, he's going to be okay. The thumbs down will go away. He did something very strategic. I look at everything. Let me tell y'all some shit Dr. Boyce Watkins did, yo. Let me go to Dr. Boyce Watkins' channel. Show y'all some shit. I thought this was brilliant. I thought it was intelligent how he did it. But everybody don't look into details how I look into details. Now, we saw yesterday that Dr. Boyce Watkins put up a video where I'm investing in the stock, a lot of dislikes. If you think Bitcoin's untrade, dislikes. He got a lot of dislikes on videos. So boom, he shot back today. And look at the kind of videos he put out today. How to turn your kids into millionaires. Who's gonna thumbs that down? You don't think that was strategic? You don't think that Dr. Boyce Watkins really thought about the videos to put out there to get out of this whole hatred, dislike thing? How to turn your kids into millionaires came out today. My boss hate me because I make so much money in trading. Black Americans, oh shit, you gonna teach me how to make so much money on the side? My boss hate me. These are strategic videos to come up out of the hole that he's in. The only really bad emotional thing he did when he thought with emotions was to make this video here. I love to debate Kwame Brown. If it wasn't for that, he was coming out of the hole. So people know how to get out of situations. People are doing stuff strategically. I look at everything. But that's it. I'm not gonna go any further on this video.
Well,
Kwame Brown won't debate you. I will. I'll debate you. A real debate though, not on your platform. Not where you can mute me, silence me, and not for me to throw out any subjective opinion I have of you and for you to weasel your way out of it, even though I don't even think you can do that with me. But I'll debate you, though, if you are really serious about this. And I don't hate you, and I'm not looking to destroy you. I don't think that you're anywhere near intelligent that you try to put over on people. I think that you're hoping to look for people that are ignorant so they can just buy into a stereotype. You're no different than the guy who got the big arms and put on a jock football jacket and want people to be afraid of him for his muscles. But he may be big with a football jacket and play football. That don't mean he know how to fight. That don't mean he know how to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu and choke a motherfucker out. I mean, he really know technically how to fight, just like you can sit up here and wear your glasses and look like a nerd. You still just an emotional motherfucker to me. So that's all I'm going to say. Thank you guys for coming out, checking out my channel. I'm about to go on and finish my cigar and the rest of my day. As I say, as I end all of my lives, it's been real. Talk to y'all in the next one.